purple amongst it, and she has violet eyes. She has a smaller stature for a half elf, whereas half elves are usually quite, tall for the most part. She's on the smaller side, and she looks like the type of elf that potentially hasn't had a lot to eat for quite some time.
Jesus.
It's hungry.
She's a hungry girl. She hasn't been eating well. She hasn't been in a good paddock. She is wearing pretty run-of-the-mill kind of druidic style light leather armor, but it's mostly covered by just a really run-of-the-mill plain black cloak and hood, which the hood she is wearing up, she kind of tries to hide her heritage a little bit because people, think the worst of her because she does have like a little bit of that dark elf look about her.
The Dunbar.
Yeah. And then she just carries on her a staff, which is, wood in nature that looks like kind of two limbs that twist around one another. And she kind of comes across as someone who is shy, but is always looking around her and taking in everything around her and observing people and their conversations.
Cool.
Lovely. And
All right.
Acrid?
So, Acrid is an Aragonasi with bluish-green skin and light reddish hair.
Sorry, I have to interrupt for a split second. For a split second, I thought you said arrogant Aussie. I was like, "Wait, fuck you!"
Oh, mate.
Legitimately,
That's immersion
I did
breaking,
not
Pip.
I did not hear what you said at first. Sorry.
So I'll go again. So it's an Aragonasi with bluish green skin, light red hair, yellow eyes, short but not tiny, just shy of 5 feet tall, but skinny. 135 pounds, so very, very on the lean side, so very fast. Very agile. Like dexterous, agile. You can notice that right away that they're like a quick, like they look almost athletic, but not ripped. You can notice as well that Acrid has like a dark past about him, that you can see it clearly when you look at him. He's kind of distant. He looks deeper away when he's looking at things. He's not always there. He's sometimes out. Look, it feels like he's looking at something else that might not be there for the rest of the world to see. So he's always looking, he's always watching, and he's always experiencing. And you can sense when you're near him that there's something off, like he's not all there. You see that he has no weapons, no armor, no coin, no nothing. He's just got the clothes on his back.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Early on, just because he's intrigued by the thought of it, Solomon would probably turn to Acrid and kind of just address him as Lucky Man, because that's honestly how he feels about it. And say, "Hey, Lucky Man, so tell me more. How much did you remember when you woke up? You got a name, a place, anything?" And he'd sort of pause for a second. A family.
The name I think I go by is Acrid. I don't know anything else.
A name's enough usually these days. You don't need much more.
Amazing. Thanks for that. Very lovely, descriptive. Am I on mute or anything? Or can you hear me?
You're fine.
You're good.
All right. So you have rowed the boats, taking you all the way to shore now, and again, reluctantly, the crew waves and it heads back, and they sort of point in the direction where where the temple is and where the pathway is, but they leave pretty quickly, and that's sort of the end of them, and they go off into the distance, and then you three are left on the beach with a decision to make on where to go.
Well, this map is huge.
Yeah, zoom in.
Oh, wow. Okay, I was zoomed in all the way.
Yeah, zoom in there.
All right.
Is there any structure we can see immediately aside from like obviously a wharf or something like that?
No, you don't see anything. You can just see like a walkway heading up.
So, obviously, Liliana and I would both be aware of this place. I get there's not going to be a brochure exactly available at a tourist thing or anything, but like, how much do we know? Like, do we have any kind of sense of bearings? Do we know how to get to somewhere where we might?
Yeah, you know how to get
find
to the religious
information?
cloister that was just pointed out to you. But you look right behind you as you're just about to embark. You hear a ruckus of splashing in a wet, gurgling moan behind you. 3 figures are shambling up from the water's edge, about 30 feet away from you. They're dressed as sailors, but their skin is gray and they look drowned. Seawater drools from their mouth as they lurch towards you. And don't feel the need to move your character.
I'm just gonna look over my shoulder and be like, do you guys see this coming?
I think Solomon has already diffused one fight. He's sort of not in the mood for another. To diffuse another.
Yeah.
Kind of over it. You see him start reaching for his sword and just like sort of motion to the other two like, we doing this or what's the plan?
Yeah, Liliana would say that they're not natural, that they're kind of more, unnatural.
Oh, absolutely! They're undead beings. They're pieces sewn together of their body. They look like they've just they've been drowned.
Solomon's been around long enough to not really have any interest in reasoning. He's probably seen or heard of this before and is fully prepared to just stick him.
You happy to attack?
Yes.
I think
roll
we're
for
defending,
initiative.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, do we have the other folk, like a couple other folk with us as well?
No one's with you. Nope, no one's with you. They've all left on the
Wonderful.
boat. Yeah,
You'll have to manually add me. I forgot to click the token, so did Curtis.
No
Oh,
worries.
how do you do it again? You like
Just go again. Just give me another roll.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Advantage.
Roll with advantage.
Oh, that's right.
that one work?
Yes!
There we go.
There we go. And did you click yourself, Liliana? So click your token and then click your initiative.
The token is that? I'm so sorry. Which is that?
Token on screen. So
the
on
picture
roll
of
20.
you on roll 20.
The picture of you. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. She's selected, and then I'm just rolling on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
On D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Okay. Incoming.
I'm not sure why, but the turn order's not actively tracking as
It's
such.
amazing that doesn't happen, isn't it?
Never mind, it's just fixed it. Or did you move them?
I just moved them.
I suppose it doesn't really
Okay.
matter. Like, at the end of the day, we can see which number's bigger. We've done year 1
I don't know
now.
why, but Liliana's didn't come through to the initiative tracker, but that's okay. We'll
Yeah,
roll with it. We'll roll with it. We'll roll with
That's strange, because on my end it popped up for a second and then it left.
it. Just try clicking and rolling again. Click on your token and try rolling again.
Brad's going to keep making you do this till you roll a 1, by the way.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so you click the little arrow in the top left corner, you get select, and then you click on your token in the game map,
Yeah.
and then go to D20 to roll initiative. There you go.
There we go.
Hectic. I suppose it put it in the
Wonderful.
right spot anyway.
That's
good?
what it
Yep.
did last time, but then it just
Beautiful.
disappeared.
It just disappeared.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw it pop
until
up for a second.
until it goes into the turn order, just keep rolling.
Yeah.
I've got enough to worry about. All right, so you see them. They're a little bit close, actually. I'm gonna pull them back a little bit for good context here. So they are.
You're a bastard. Now I can't read.
I was going to say, now I can't reach him. So I'm first up, aren't I?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let me have a look.
Pip's just stewing over what attack he's gonna roll a 1 with.
Yeah, legit. with my history.
What attack
Well, I
am
can't
gonna
attack,
throw
so I
it?
was seeing if I
What?
could like throw something at him, but I don't really have anything cool to throw yet.
You don't have
I've
anything
been
ranged?
thwarted. I'm so used to playing a melee. Used to playing a range character. I've been thwarted here. All right. Well, I'm gonna just, I suppose, run at them. Yeah, I got nothing else. I'm gonna take 30 foot. Should put me here.
Perfect.
That's all I can really do on my turn, if I'm being perfectly honest. But it ain't gonna hit me anyway.
So I'm going to move just to the right of you. And-
The old bait and switch.
Well, I know he's got a weapon. I don't have a weapon, right?
Fucking oath, I have a weapon.
So I'm kind of in a situation where like I need to have somebody close by to support. So that's my turn.
Absolutely. Can't you? Don't you have fists? Don't you have
Yep.
iron fists?
He's got these hands.
Yeah, I got hands, but I don't know too much about them.
It's my turn.
Yeah, true. I
okay.
suppose you probably wouldn't know that you're a good fighter yet.
Yeah.
They don't have very strong movement. So you see the zombies lurching towards you. Zombie number 1 is going to make an attack.
Yeah, he's not hitting. That's fine.
Not on your AC. You got a stacked AC for level 1.
I am hitting with a. Deck. Sorry, I forgot about this.
Breaking immersion, Brad.
I know. Shit. I'm sweating. I'm hitting. I've got 12, so I'm definitely not gonna hit.
Yeah, it's not hitting
Yeah.
shit.
All right. The zombie takes a swing at you. You don't even have to move out of the way. It's so clumsy. It just misses completely. And
I feel
my
like
turns
Solomon
are
would
over.
deliberately
It's
stand
Liliana's
there,
turn.
knowing he's gonna miss.
You're up,
Okay.
Liliana. Hit it.
Okay. So she will approach, but only a little. If this works. And she's gonna give us a fairy fire. If we can do that.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You just got to tell me what I need to roll against.
You have to roll a dexterity save with DC 13.
Is that what I've?
Good
Yeah.
job, because I actually.
Dex save.
What does Fairy Fire do?
It gives
Yeah,
us
why don't you
advantage
explain
on
that?
attack rolls.
Okay, so
Got it.
It's
like a bless.
yeah, kind of. It's a drow. Yeah, it's kind of a spell that most.
So someone's
have
not
access
getting it
to.
though. It depends where you put it because you and I are 30 foot apart. It's a 20-foot cube.
Okay. So I can pop it on these two kind of closer to me.
Yep.
Oh, you put it on enemies, do you, to give us advantage? I thought you put it on us.
Yes.
Right. I
no.
follow. Still, yeah, it would still be the same situation because they're 25 foot apart, so you have to pick two basically.
Yeah, which is fine. I'll just pop a fairy fire on these two that are kind of directly in front of me. And that's a concentration spell.
I'm retarded. It turns out I do actually have a ranged weapon. Forgot about
All right. So is that your turn done, Liliana? And everyone's just making sure
Yes.
they're tracking who has advantage and et cetera, et cetera. Because I'm not.
How do I track advantage before I go in?
that. It'll come up.
Well,
Like,
What
for
do you mean
example,
it'll
like
come up?
because of my armor, I have disadvantage on stealth, and in D&D Beyond, it knows that, and it comes up with a little D next to stealth.
Yeah, but
But for example,
there's nothing in my D&D Beyond to say that I've got Fairy Fire.
no,
Or
you
advantage.
just
you just
roll
roll
with
it twice.
advantage.
We just have to
Just
we have
roll
to
with
keep track of
advantage.
that.
I think
How
you
do I
can
roll with
press
advantage,
it.
then?
I think you
You
can
just-
press it on your D&D.
Yeah, you can. So if you right click it, I believe.
Right click what?
So like, say you wanted to roll. I'm just going to do it as an example. So if I was to roll with my great swords, so they hit DC, I would right click and roll with advantage.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Copy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
For whatever reason, I was doing it differently last time. I was like
Yeah, we were
adding
just rolling
manually.
it. We were just rolling
Yeah.
it twice last time because we didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes.
that's how you do it on Beyond
Perfect.
20. Okay, so it's my turn.
If it helps you guys, so what it's done is each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. It'll be violet for my magic. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is outlined in that violet light, so you guys would be able to see the magic encasing these particular enemies. If they fail a dexterity saving throw, if the enemies. So, are you able to give it?
Yeah, you've got to roll the DC. There's a zero on the right. It says DC 13 dex save. You've got to roll one for them.
Not me.
I do.
Yes, no, you do, Bradley, because they have to roll the save.
Yeah,
They're
all
saving against the spell.
right. They rolled an 8.
Okay, so they. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they're affected.
So
Yep.
they. Yeah. Wonderful. So any attack roll of affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. Wonderful. So yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Perfect.
And it's
All right,
just the two
these
to the
two, yeah.
to the south. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah, those
Yeah,
two. Yep,
yeah.
perfect.
That's
I can
perfectly
just
fine.
track that.
I'm gonna get my great sword and smash the fuck out of the guy next to me.
All right.
Oh dear,
Roll.
he's in trouble.
Ooh, is that
That's
a
a
nat
crit.
20?
Yeah.
That is
Okay,
a nat
so-
20.
Obviously you hit. So what? Can you explain what it looks like when you hit?
I think.
What
to
are
be
you
perfectly honest,
wielding? Sorry, you're wielding a
A
great
great
sword.
sword.
So yeah, what does it look like?
So basically, I think Solomon would pretty much pull this great sword out and in just one swift motion, pop a swift 180 and just slice it back behind him straight through the heart of whatever he's of this creature. Pretty much, it's not even so much a swing; it's just a
Are you
brute force stab
stabbing?
through the heart.
Are you stabbing? Wow. Okay. Roll for damage.
And this is doubled as well, so I can roll crit damage if I right click on that too. 13. That's actually really bad. I rolled a nat 1 in there.
You the zombie. You put your blade straight through the zombie. It inflicts significant. You can see it feel like significant damage, and it almost reels back with it not pain, but just like almost stunned at the force of the blade that hits. Now I've got to do some math. Good. Math done.
All right. Is that your turn?
The fact that math was involved makes me think they've got resistances.
Yeah, no, there was no, it was straight.
Oh, you just had the minus shit? Okay.
Yeah. All right. Is that your turn?
I think Solomon
Yeah.
would be visibly annoyed that he didn't one-shot them.
And
because he
are
feels
you
like he's
ending
got no
turn?
time for this.
Or did you want to do something? You know, the push or something?
I don't really have a lot I can do this early on aside from hit shit, so I'd probably just end my turn. Yeah.
All right.
So
Acrid.
I move into striking distance, and now that I have advantage, I'm gonna
Yep.
roll with advantage. I'm just gonna send it here.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Roll with advantage.
And with advantage, I get a 6.
With advantage.
Unfortunately, your puny
Damn.
hands go to punch the zombie in the
Cheers.
face,
Yes.
and
Now, hang on.
you hit
you see-
nothing but air.
I rolled a nat 1.
Twice?
Did you actually roll twice?
No, I rolled once. I rolled with the advantage.
You did roll with advantage, though. Are
Yeah,
you
I rolled with
sure?
advantage. Yes.
You're 100%. You rolled 2 nat
Yes.
1s then. Holy fuck.
That's rough, buddy.
That's so unlikely that I'm still convinced you
You
somehow
almost
messed
see a
that up.
surprised look in the zombie's
I clicked right and I clicked roll with advantage. Like that's exactly what I
Okay.
did.
The
Fair enough.
zombie who's humming with this pristine purple
Wow.
light, almost targeting its head, almost wobbles and wonders why it didn't get hit.
Why
Well,
aren't I
then I-
hurt?
then I look at my hands and I just be like, why aren't you working?
My
I
turn.
am my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to attack with the zombie closest to Solomon. I'm going to attack. I hit for. One do I go with? Rolling one.
What'd you roll to hit? God damn.
I rolled. Why does it say 15/16? What does that mean to you guys when it does that? is that only for me?
I can't say that. I think it means 15. You needed a 16 because you're rolling to hit, aren't you?
No, it
No?
means I hit after modifiers. I hit
So you may have a +1. Like
1d20
if it's
plus 3, and I rolled. Yes, I hit okay. I rolled 16.
yeah, that hits.
The zombie swings its arm, smacks you across the face, and inflicts 3 bludgeoning damage.
No
Unless you have
worries.
resistance to
I do
bludgeoning
not.
damage.
I wish that'd be nice.
Zombie ends turn. Second zombie's going to take an attack on the Air Genasi Acrid, and he's going to roll. He rolls for. I hit
Wait.
for 16.
Don't you have to roll for disadvantage because you're?
Do I?
No,
No,
verifier,
because it's
verifier doesn't add
verifiers for
disadvantage.
advantage.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I hit for 16.
As in you hit 16 damage.
No, I hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just say you hit.
Yeah, yeah.
When you say I hit 4, it sounds like
Yeah,
you-
normally
Sorry,
it's just like
no. My
does a
accuracy is
16 hit your
16.
AC?
Yes, does
Yeah.
a 16 hit your AC?
That makes more sense. I was gonna say hitting for
Yeah.
16 is fucking brutal for a level 1.
No.
Crit for 13.
No.
Alright.
I'm like,
We're not
Acrid,
doing
you're
that.
dead.
We're not doing that.
All right. Roll for damage.
The zombie swings its arms at you and sort of slaps you in the face and just for a single point of damage.
And I kind of look at him and I'm like, oh, you too.
Yeah.
He just he brings a fish out of the water with him and just fucking poofs.
Yeah. And this zombie is going to go here.
All right. I took one.
And my turn. It is Liliana's turn.
Okay, great.
No one's doing anything.
I
Hey,
know,
I
right?
did damage. I did
You
good
did.
damage. I did also roll a
Um,
nat 1 to crit, but it's okay.
I rolled a FIP roll.
Okay, so I have a cantrip frostbite. So I'm going to use that. Oh, I need to roll to hit.
You do. So next to
my gosh.
frostbite, there will be like a thing that says hit/DC. It'll be like a number, like a +5. If you click on that, it'll roll it.
And then right click it so you can do advantage.
True. Right click for advantage.
Roll with advantage.
So are you in your action section?
Oh, that's my issue. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Now we're
actions, then you'll have frostbite. Right click on the +5 or whatever it is.
good. Yep. Wonderful.
Click advantage and then click
with
roll.
advantage. Sorry, I just needed that little refresher. We're good. We're rolling.
Make sure you click roll while you have the right click activated. If you click out of it and then click it, it doesn't roll with advantage, it just rolls.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Very good.
16. So what does it look like when you cast your spell? What are you casting? Frostbite?
This is yes, it's frostbite. It's from my staff. Yes, so what it looks like is so she holds the staff in front of her, and it's like she kind of pulls the magic from the staff with her left hand, and with her left hand she pulses the jet forward, and it's like shards of ice. Yeah.
Smash the zombie.
Wonderful. Roll for damage.
Roll for damage. And which one are you shooting?
Oh, I'm the one directly in front of me.
Yep, no problem.
Sorry, I think that
Roll again.
yeah, that was the wrong one. That
Looks
was the
like
wrong one.
1d6 plus 4, I think.
Yeah, that's
Don't ever be afraid to roll a dice as well. If you like don't know where to click it, just roll a real
there'll be
dice. And
there'll be somewhere that
math.
says next to frostbite, there'll be somewhere that says the damage of it. If you just want to roll it in person, if it's easier, go for it. But there will be
Yeah,
a place
there-
on D&D Beyond you can click it. You just may not have found it yet.
There's so many things to click. I'm looking at it now. Attack.
yeah. No, all it is that's confusing me is I do have damage here, but it's bludgeoning. But I'm using a cantrip.
It could be
No, that's bludgeoning for the staff. You need to find the spell.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for.
Spells.
So
here
go
it is.
to.
I got it. It's in spells next to actions.
Oh,
Spells.
oh, there we go.
Oh,
there we
okay.
go.
There we
There
go.
it is.
I didn't know that was there either. Yeah, so there'll be a
Roll
hit
for
DC there. You
damage.
can also click.
It should
So
be
in
coming
so in future, I think you have to click the hit DC on that as well because it'll be slightly different to your staff.
The zombie gets struck with the ray of frost that's come from the staff and winces in a bit of pain and looks chilled to the bone.
Just a cold little guy.
Would you like to end your turn?
See his pecker shrivel up.
And you,
Yes,
you want to end your
I'm
turn?
so sorry. Yeah, I'm
Yep.
done.
Solomon, your turn.
Solomon's very irritated that his crit didn't one hit, so he's pulling that sword out and he's turning straight to face this guy and lifting it up high over his head. And he's going to roll to hit again with his great sword.
All right, go.
It's a 15 to hit.
You hit. So you've definitely hit. Roll for damage.
There we go. That's a little bit better.
10. Ooh, which one are you attacking? The one right?
The one
in
right
front
on
of
top
you?
of me, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the only one I
you've,
can hit from here.
I need to roll actually. So the zombie, you take your sword and you drive it. How are you doing this one? Are you driving?
So
it through
he's
the
got it
heart,
way
or-
over his head and he's staring this thing dead in the eyes and bringing it straight down through his forehead. Cut,
Yeah, so
pretty much cut between the eyes.
You cut him straight between the eyes. You split his head right open. But he even falls. He falls to the ground, and he wakes up. He wakes up shortly after. He looks nearly dead, but he
course he
wakes
does.
up and he's ready to attack you again. Split down the middle as well.
There's two of them now.
Yeah,
He attacks
there's
me
now
twice.
two.
He gets
Yeah.
an extra action for each side.
Well,
Alright.
if you can't take their heads off with a sword and kill them, then I don't know what I'm gonna do with my fists.
I don't know, but I have a small feeling this is a one-time thing. I think I can kill him. I just have to do it twice.
I think you gotta take its head clean off.
I can do that.
All right, so is it my turn?
It is. Yes.
All right, so I see what happens next to me.
Yep.
I saw that the thing's just not dying. So with my turn, with my unarmed strength, I try to put my hand into the zombie's eyes and rip its head off.
Yes. Give me a strength.
So
roll.
hefty front raise.
A strength roll, please.
Is that a strength roll? Isn't that unarmed strike?
So did you roll a clean 8 on that?
No, it's 8 plus 2. Well, 6 plus 2 would have been 8.
Oh. So is that would be your bonus action? You attempt to, but
He
you
still has
you even
advantage,
you
right?
even stab. Yeah, but he's not really attacking.
I would argue
Um,
ripping someone's head off is attacking them.
Yeah, I thought that
Yeah.
would be I thought that'd be an unarmed.
I thought that was
strike.
just. I thought that was literally his attack. That was
Because
just a
unarmed
fail.
Okay,
strike is
fine.
everything.
Yep.
Like-
All right. Sure. You hit him. Roll.
So
roll.
like a definition for unarmed strike, just for your awareness, is kick, headbutt, or any other similar forceful blow to deal bludgeoning damage equal to the strength multiplier.
Got it. Okay. Yep. You were just being more descriptive with it. All right. Fine. You
Yeah,
roll
more
for
flavor
damage.
than anything.
Well, I've got to roll to hit first, right?
Wait, their
You
AC is
already
that
hit.
low?
You already hit.
Holy shit, they got fuck all AC. You could blow on these cunts and die.
So do you want to describe what it looks like?
So I stick my fingers into its eyes and
Shit.
I put them in as hard as I can, and I just turn my hand upside down and I start yanking on his head.
All right. Are you ripping
Like
his
something out of
eyeballs
Mortal
out
Kombat.
as well? Yeah. Finish
No,
him.
I have my hands are still in his eyes. Like I'm not trying
Okay.
to rip his eyes. I'm trying
Alright,
to just
sure.
rip his head
Yeah.
clean off. Like I'm trying to
Alright.
detach it from his body.
Yeah. All right. Do you have? Is that your turn or?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. So whilst Acrid has his hands stuck into the zombie's eyes, it is now the zombie's turn, and the zombie is going closest to Solomon is going to attack.
Wait, so what happened to the zombie?
The zombie's still alive. You just damaged him.
Oh, that didn't work. Is that what you're telling me?
So did his head come off and then just reattach? What
No,
happened?
so no, you're in the midst of, so your hands are basically in him. You're twisting, but you haven't gone through the action of ripping its head off yet. So you're sort of stunned there like this with your hand in him, and
Okay,
you're ready
so my
to,
hand's in his eyes.
Yeah, you're currently you.
Alright.
I like how you all
And
add the twist
you've-
as well. No one's
You've
just going
twisted.
like that. It's all
You've twisted. Yeah. So his
you've given
face
him
is.
the old.
Yeah, his face is.
the old
I'm
twist of
I'm
root.
actually gonna give you that. You plunk the zombie's head clean off, and it falls backwards to the ground and sort of lays out. But you start to turn around because you're like, "Ooh, I killed it. I'm gonna go get the next one," and it wakes up and it starts to come towards you without its head.
Okay. So yeah, that's my turn. But hopefully these people are realizing around me that there's a problem here.
I'm certain you just have to kill him twice. That's
Alright.
Solomon's way through everything anyway. Just kill it
Just
until it dies.
kill it again.
Alright.
Okay. So, where are we here? So, it's my turn. So, I'm going to attack with that same zombie that you just ripped its head off. I'm going to swing. I'm going to roll with disadvantage though because I'm missing a head.
Fair enough.
You
I would
can't
argue
see
that
when
is
you're
perfectly
swinging.
fine.
Just yeah, I'm going to give you that one. I miss. I miss. So I go to attack and just sort of lumber over and fall to the ground almost, and then pick myself back up slowly, but I miss. Zombie number 3 is going to move closer to you. Actually, zombie number 3 is going to back up his friend here and fight the being that just ripped off of his body. And he's going to attack, and he hits for 7. No. Yes. No. Sorry. Hit DC
My
7.
DC is 13.
Yep. All right. He misses. So he misses as well.
Yeah, when you say hit for 7 or
I
whatever,
know.
that's
I know. I got to
damage.
change my dialogue. Got to
Yeah.
change my dialogue.
The easiest
Yeah.
way is just does an 8 hit your AC or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Like,
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Yep. I got you. I keep doing it wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just different.
Or just have like really basic notes like on your table in front of you of what everybody's DC is.
You can click on that token. Didn't you add that?
I
Like, if you
have
click on that
it on
token-
your token. I'm an idiot. Okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Alright,
Continue.
so yeah, so miss, and then it goes over to lit.
Yep, it is. Yep, your turn, Marie. Liliana.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah. I noticed that she's going to notice that the fellas are having a bit of a hard time destroying these things, but they kind of have the brute force.
Yeah, clearly with Acrid's
does-
1.
Yeah. But she does not. She's just got a bit of magic. So I don't think she really has a great deal she can contribute.
You do
other
notice
than-
that. So the zombie that's the south, and the zombie that's the east, the western side.
The two that have
eastern
already
side,
been killed.
The two that have been killed and then sort of reincarnated, they're looking very worse for wear. The one just to the left of the Air Genasi is looking a little healthier. The one that you just struck with the Ray of Frost, he's a little chilly, but that's out. The other ones are looking very worse for wear.
Okay, so I guess she's just gonna hope that, another hit's gonna do it. So one of the ones that looks weak.
Solomon's like discreetly going like,
Yeah.
like pointing at
Okay.
his.
Yeah. So that's the one standing that's right next to you there.
Yeah, that would be the
Okay.
one.
Okay. All right. So she can move forward a little. To be fair, she's got a lot of range, on on her spell. So she'll just cast her cantrip again.
Yep. Which one?
Oh, the same one as before, the frostbite.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to roll with initiative, so I'll just roll twice manually.
You rolled Staff of Frost.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, go to spells.
Oh, but this is to hit, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
but
the
you're
same
doing
thing.
a spell.
So under spells, there'll be a hit DC next to range and next to effect between the two.
There's under spells. There's no hit for me. Only the effect.
There should be. So go to where your cantrips are. There should be name, time, range, hit DC, effect, and notes.
Did I just roll
Hit
for
DC,
you?
I just have con 13 for hit DC.
That's because it hits against con, doesn't it?
Yeah. But there's no button, like, there's no little clicky box to, like, roll for it. Does that make sense?
Let me just quickly check something.
How do you cast your abilities?
I've
with
never
wisdom?
played a spellcaster.
Yeah, you cast with wisdom, don't you? You cast wisdom, a d20 on wisdom, in order to hit.
So you roll. So you roll your normal thing to hit plus your ability modifier. So for example, I'm not sure what it is for a druid, but like, so for example, for a wizard, it's intelligence. You would literally just roll a d20
wisdom.
and add your intelligence modifier.
So she casts with wisdom, and so she casts with a +5. So right there, she hits.
It's not a
14.
save. It's not a save. It's what's the other one? The top section. So you roll that one.
Oh,
the top
okay.
5. So
This
not
one.
a save. Saves are different.
Wisdom.
that one.
Yes, a wisdom cast. Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Do you know how to do that, Liliana?
She's done it. Oh, hang on. No, she hasn't done it already.
That was me.
So yeah, the top row where it says like strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, just click on wisdom
Okay.
because that's your ability modifier.
That's how you roll to hit.
Okay.
I think at least that's what
I
it says
think it
on the
is
handbook.
because that's how it is.
Definitely didn't do that when I was playing the cleric, by the way.
That's fine.
I definitely used
That was a
attack.
one shot.
Yeah, I'm just saying I used attack, and you could do it from the attack modifier.
Did you hit a dirty 20?
Yeah, with the wisdom.
All right, well done. Dirty 20, so you obviously hit. Now roll for damage.
Wonderful. Sorry, it's coming. There
It's
we go.
coming. Accurate is typing.
Just taking a moment. There it is. I've got a 4.
All right, you strike the zombie with the ray of frost. It sears through the air and strikes the zombie. Are you killing the one next to Solomon?
Yeah. Yeah. He's kind of pointed me. Caught my eye and pointed me at that direction.
He takes a direct hit by this ray of frost and he dies. He's dead now.
Muted. No, never mind.
You killed him. You killed him.
Wonderful.
Dead. Out of the fight.
Perfect.
Ending
I'm
your
done.
turn.
That's my turn. Yep.
Solomon.
I am going to. So I've already seen that maybe our blue friend over there is not quite the best fighter yet. So I'm going to leave the weak one to him, and I am going to basically move over to this guy and take a big old swing at him. Swing at him. Sorry. So I will roll to hit with my greatsword. It's a 19 to hit.
That hits. Definitely hits.
11 damage.
Ooh. How does it look?
This is just a pretty standard slash. He's already.
Yep.
He's
Cut him
already
right
been
across the
annoyed
chest?
that he couldn't kill the first one, so he just whipped out his sword and just sliced him right across the chest.
Well done. End of your turn. Both zombies are looking very worse for wear at the moment. One more than the other. The one south of Mac.
That's an action. Never mind. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Go, Akrid.
So I shake the eyeball juice off of my hands.
Oh yeah, your hand is still in him. So
Mhm.
you
Well,
could
no,
go
the
with
head
your
came
next.
off.
Oh, that's right. The head came off. That's right. I gave you that. Okay. Yeah.
Do you
Alright.
still want to hold the head?
No,
I'm
yeah,
just saying, you could
Take the head
use
and bash
improvise melee weapon strike.
No, I've dropped it. I've like wiped my hands, and I was kind of like, what was that? Like that was weird. Like that was, I didn't know what I was doing. Like it's I didn't. I'm trying to figure out how I just did that. So I look at the zombie right below me, and I just kick it right in the chest, like a SWAT kick.
Well done. Roll to hit.
And do I still roll with advantage because of the spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
SWAT kick. The monk.
13.
You hit. What does it look like?
Oh, why didn't that show up for you? Oh, I didn't have it highlighted. My bad. It's an 18 anyway with a hit.
You hit.
So yeah, so I step back on my foot, raise my one leg like right up to my chest, and I just fucking hammer him in the chest, sending the thing flying towards the water.
Boom. How much damage did you do?
I haven't
It
done
does.
yet.
It dies. It almost crumbles.
Seven.
What's left of him crumbles in front of you as he
Just
kicks.
explodes.
He explodes. He flies back, and he's dead. And it is now the zombie's turn, and he is going to. Do you have any bonus actions actually, Akrid?
No, that's everything.
Yep. All right. Zombie is going to attack Solomon. Am I attacking
He's
with
gonna miss.
disadvantage? Do I have a
Actually,
head?
no, I
No.
can act. I do have a bonus action.
No, this one does have a head. This one's the healthy
yeah.
one.
I do have actually a bonus action unarmed strike. I get 2 unarmed strikes.
Yeah, I thought so. Do you want to attack?
Yeah, I'll look at the other one and do the same thing, and I just.
Check Discord when you get a minute, Murray. It might help you out with the
But I don't.
spell
But I
thing.
don't SWAT kick this one. I go for the old karate side kick. Same thing, right to the chest. Let me make sure I'm highlighting my guy though,
Yep.
so I don't.
Jesus.
You hit.
You have a
Is
plus 5 to hit
Is that
unarmed?
critical? Was it? No, not critical. Just
No.
dirty 23.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
You definitely
damage,
hit.
though.
Damage for. Are you kicking again? Are you doing a little roundhouse action again? You've
This
almost
is like
with
a
the
side kick.
momentum, you've spun back around to kick the other one,
Yeah.
right to the back of the head, and you inflict damage. He does not die.
I can't wait to see how much this scales, because at the moment you're hitting almost everything but doing fuck all damage.
Yeah.
So just
Um,
ignore
yeah,
those
don't worry.
rolls. I
All
don't
good.
know what it's doing.
Did you check Discord, Murray? It might help you.
Yeah.
So it's-
Um,
The zombie's turn, then, is it?
It is the zombie's turn. The zombie is attacking Solomon, and he is going to roll. He is going to miss.
That's going to happen a
Heartily.
lot.
Yeah, heartily. He misses. He goes for a swing. He clean misses. He's lumbering. Liliana, it's your turn.
Okay. Yep. So she's gonna cast the same thing. So she's
Yep.
gonna roll wisdom with advantage.
Yep. Whoa, you hit.
Okay, and
Roll
here
for
we
damage.
have damage is counted.
Two. So you strike the zombie with your frostbite. It deals some damage. Obviously he's frozen in shape, but he is still alive.
Okay, wonderful.
End of your turn.
Yeah. Are my teammates okay? None of you are injured,
I'm
right?
perfectly fine.
No, you're all good.
I've taken a
Wonderful,
little
yep.
bit of damage. That's it.
Okay, but you're not gonna die. Okay,
No,
we're
not
good.
close.
End of turn.
Solomon, bring the house down.
Yeah, I suppose so. Solomon is, again, because he is level 1 and can't do much interesting shit yet, going to get his greatsword and swing the fucker.
Perfect.
You roll a 15.
That's a hit. What it
Okay, awesome.
you are roll your damage?
It's 9 damage.
You've got a killing blow here. Just tell me what it looks like.
I think Solomon just grabs this thing by the throat and brings the sword up over his head. But instead of even bringing the blade down, he just gets the hilt of it and just smashes it firmly into the thing's forehead. Just buries a hole with it.
And it almost explodes.
And then
the
he makes a dent, and then he holds the limp wristed thing out to Akron and pretty much just goes, "You want to stick your fingers in this one too?" Fish fingers over here.
Yeah, then I lick my finger.
Oh, surely that's a con save.
Well done, team. That was your first combat, given you missed the first one. So, does anyone want to break or anything before we continue, or are we happy to keep moving?
I'll just go a quick bev.
I was gonna say before we knock off, could we just look? Is there any way you could like share your screen, Marie? So I
Yeah.
can see something.
Yeah,
just through
I'm
Discord?
just want to help with that as well.
Because I
We'll take
think
a
you're
quick
clicking still on the
5-minute
wrong
break,
area.
everyone. Thanks.
Also,
so much.
I-
We'll be back
so I
in
googled it. Even
5.
the way we're rolling it now is incorrect. It's meant to be it's a straight 20 plus your proficiency No
Oh
more
my
wine.
god, you didn't have to chug it.
Yes, I did. Shut up. I'm young. I can do that.
What's wrong with you?
I'm gonna go get a Bundy.
What? Fuck. Just about to
After he has
start.
a
I'm starting
he has
without
a
him.
I'll be a second.
he has a shot of white wine, and he's like, "All right, be right back."
A shot. Yeah, literally.
Honestly, a shot.
I'm here.
All right. So after the three of you defeated the zombies, and you feel a connection brewing between you. You feel connected in your journey. Obviously, the three of you from very different backgrounds have all found yourself onto that ship. You found yourself onto that beach in this island, and having defeated those zombies collectively, you feel connection, and you feel like you should drive forward, and you feel like you should drive forward as a unit in a team. So um, you follow the pathway that was pointed out to you by the sailors before, and you follow that up to the religious temple, the cloister that's built into this cliff face. So you're walking up and up and up, and in the distance you see some of the first there looks like there's a shop there that looks like there's a series of, it's very simple. There's nothing that really stands out as extravagant. You can see the inhabitants in the distance as well, and they're all wearing very humble clothing and cloths and sheets, and all of the inhabitants that you can see right now are of the they look like lizard people. So if you're familiar with the what a kobold looks like, it's a small sort of 4.5 foot reptilian lizard looking thing, and you're aware that they believe that they were ascendant from dragons. So you all imagine that this might be the reason why they're here on an island that has obviously dragon magic. So you is there anything that you wanted to discuss with one another as on your journey, or is the journey uneventful to the cloister?
I think maybe from Solomon's perspective, at least, like I know you were saying we feel a connection. It wouldn't be so much a connection for Solomon as it would be for intrigue. Like I sort of said earlier, he's not one to make friends easily.
Yep.
I think he'd be particularly intrigued on Akrid's part by obviously his lack of memory, because it's something that, whether he admits it or not, he sort of envies. And on, sorry, I can't believe I've forgotten your character's name, Marie.
Liliana.
Liliana, sorry,
Yeah.
Liliana.
Also,
On Liliana's
be
part, it
welcome.
would. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. She once everybody's comfortable with her and stuff, you can just shorten her name to Lily as well, if
Lily.
that's easier. Yeah.
I don't even think we've really had much of a formal introduction anyway. But I suppose
No,
on
I don't think we
Liliana's
know each
perspective,
other's
it would be
names,
it would be intrigue in the sense of, like, obviously being a dark elf, they have a reputation, and Solomon, not that you guys would know this, but he's been around for longer than his age would suggest. And more or less, he's just intrigued by the fact that he's never seen a dark elf that's maybe not so friendly necessarily, but so innocent in the way they carry themselves, and sort of doesn't seem like they have ill wishes, and is more just cautious than anything.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, he's
Wonderful.
keeping Liliana around more as a curiosity, and Akrid around out of jealousy. Not like an ill-founded jealousy, just a gentle envy, I suppose.
Yeah, and Liliana's definitely going to be approaching everybody cautiously, but she is deep down really, really seeking belonging. So as much as she would be kind of carrying herself kind of quite shyly, a bit tiptoey per se, you can tell that she wants to be there.
So I take it Liliana would be back of the pack then, maybe even a few feet back.
Yeah, she'd be tiptoeing along there. Yeah.
Solomon then, who realistically doesn't, like, as far as he's concerned, he hasn't got the time for other people. He's here for his own needs, and that's sort of all he cares about right now. He's but he's not getting rid of these two. But I think he'd probably at some point turn and notice Liliana hanging back, and sort of just say, like, you've stuck to us this far. You may as well come up. You're holding us back at this point. Like, just come on, stick with. Like, bring her
Yeah,
up with the rest of
wonderful.
the crew.
And that's all she would need as well. Like, that's all.
Yeah, like
that
if you're
needs is,
as
an
far as
invitation.
Solomon's
Come
concerned,
on,
if you're
come on, mate.
here, then be here. Don't straggle along at the back. If you're going to tag along, then be a part of it.
Yep, yep. And that's just straight up her permission to just, join. Yeah.
Great. Well, would you like to advance towards the cloister?
You did say there was a shop.
You're not quite there yet.
Oh, we're not there? Okay, no worries.
Yeah,
In that case,
you're
by
not
all
there.
means.
You're sort of climbing up the stairs. Feel free to sort of disregard your character tokens on the sheet at the moment. It's not important. I think
I'm just treating it as a map, to be honest.
Just treat it as a map. It's not unimportant. There's no movement required here. So your arrival to the cloister quickly draws the attention of the entire population of the place, which consists mostly of kobolds. These small reptilian folk eye you curiously while a couple of humans watch from a distance. All the cloister residents are dressed in simple clothes and no one carries a visible weapon. One of the kobolds pipes up with, "What's your name?" "Where are you from?" another kobold says. "What's that?" poking at Solomon's sword.
I think.
"Why are you here?"
Sorry, I was eating. I was going to interrupt. I'd say as soon as Solomon sort of sees the robed, obviously religious folk, I think out of respect and like trying to avoid confrontation, he would have kind of, like I was saying earlier, he's got that big fur coat and the hood. He kind of would have removed his hood out of respect and kind of tucked his sword behind him in its sheath, sort of maybe not necessarily out of reach, but definitely out of sight and out of range of it being a threat of any sort.
The inhabitants respond favorably to this, and you can see pieces in their nature. You can see they're obviously all peaceful. That none of them look like warriors to you. In the background, you do see two figures, being humans, sort of lurching behind with eyes that they're distrusting eyes. They're nowhere near you at the moment, but you can see them sort of in the background. The kobolds incessantly ask you where you. They're not used to having visitors here at all. It's once per year they might get a visitor. There hasn't been a visitor in years to the cloister, and they're asking you incessantly, where are you from, where are you going, why are you here, what is your name, and almost to the point that you're getting quite frustrated. And all of a sudden a silence falls upon the crowd as another human woman, as if she appears out of nowhere. She's elderly in look, but she sort of parts the crowd as she walks towards the three of you. She's got weathered brown skin. She wears her hair in tight braids. She has kind hazel eyes. She's dressed in a simple white robe. There's something that you detect about her, Liliana, that you feel there is a healing presence to her, a magical presence to her. She draws closer and says to you, "Welcome to Dragon's Rest. May Bahamut's guidance lead you to wherever you seek." There's a friendliness about her voice that is intoxicating, and you all feel connected to her and wanting to know more. And obviously all the three of your backgrounds are all different reasons why you're here, but you feel like you're in the right place, and this person's brought a lot of peace to you. You see around the temple, when she mentions Bahamut, you see shrines all throughout to Bahamut, Bahamut was the most famous of the metallic dragons, who's long since vanquished. Renara says to you all, "Thank you for quelling the zombies on the beach. Our home is yours, and you may stay here as long as you seek, adventurers."
I think Solomon would have noticed that Liliana had maybe a small sense of recognition of who this person was, and would sort of maybe bump her on the back, not hard enough to hurt, but just enough to nudge her forward, considering he's significantly larger than she is. Kind of just say to her, like, "Go on, no one comes here for no reason. Say your piece."
Go ahead. Okay. So, yes, Liliana steps forward, and she lowers her hood and presents her staff, and just introduces and says that she is, that she has a connection with druidic and healing magic, and is searching for guidance in, in her abilities.
Welcome, child. My name is Runara, and this is where I share in my this is where I make my home and share with my share with my friends and all those that seek peace. So you've come to the right place. However, I beckon you. Follow me to the inner temple. I'd like to speak to you there. And you climb up stair after stair after stair. It feels like hundreds of stairs to the inner temple, which is clearly a temple to Bahamut. You see Bahamut's figure, a dragon's figure, standing in front of you, and you immediately feel like there is magic here. It's a feeling, Solomon, that you felt before in your trainings, and all of you immediately feel rejuvenated. You experience the effects of a long rest immediately, and you all have
Ooh.
full hit points.
Hooray!
I'm muted,
Renara,
aren't I? Sorry, can I ask a brief question? I tried to interrupt earlier, but I
Yes.
may have been muted.
Yes.
So I speak Draconic.
Yep.
Would it be reasonable to ascertain that they might as well? And like, given that I have some prior knowledge of this place, is there any? I suppose would I be able to recall any sign of respect or anything particular, customary that might be, I suppose, befitting of a
roll
not
a
intruder but a visitor?
So what are you trying to find? What are you trying to figure out?
So I speak Draconic, and obviously this is a shrine to
Yes.
the dragons. We're in this inner sanctum that's dedicated to this one
Yep.
particular dragon.
Yep.
I want to effectively recall or draw on any prior knowledge.
You want to learn more about.
Maybe not even learn so much as just because obviously I've heard of this place. I've been told about it. I know
Yep.
there was a cloister here. It's the whole reason I came.
Yep.
Would I be able, is there anything I can roll to ascertain if there's any particular custom, or is it just anything in particular? Like an easy example is like taking your shoes off for a Buddhist temple, that sort of thing. Like, is there any particular customs that would be treated as good favor for I suppose, visitor?
Yeah,
Who is
you can,
an
and
outsider?
no, I yeah, thank you.
Even if it's something
I'm
I have
not
to
even
roll
gonna.
for.
No, I don't need you to roll for that. I think what you notice is that this is a very peaceful society. Peace is the core of this religious sanctum. You see the people here that are the kobolds that you see here are all very peace minded. They're not warriors. They're not. There's nothing specifically. I think you're seeing a very welcoming, very there's nothing, specifically that stands out that you'd be unwelcome. I think violence would be very unwelcome, but other than that, no.
Okay, in that case,
nothing.
as we reach that particular section of the temple, that's quite obviously the more precious shrine, before even entering and out of character, as much as I know this is a shit idea, in character, I think Solomon is the sort of person who would rather be inoffensive and trust in his own abilities and his past that he can fight whether he has his weapon or not. And I think he would unbelt his sword.
Yep.
And place it at the foot of the door before he enters. Like, he would pretty much bring no threat in with him. He'd do the same with his crossbow. He'd leave them where they are.
Acknowledges it with a nod that you obviously showing respect for the peace that she's found here in the cloister, and she says to you, she thanks you again for helping to quell the zombie threat in the area, and she says to you, things here have not been what they once were, and I'm very happy that we've had some visitors to the island, because it's been some time since we've had anyone visit the island, and I implore you, I need your help. My island has become tumultuous. There's been goings on here that we've not been accustomed to, and I need you to help me. I know you're all here for your own specific reasons, including you, Acrid, and she knows your name. She addresses you telepathically, and she says to you, I know you, child." And she,
Can I
and then,
respond telepathically?
yep, you can.
Okay, then I just think to
Interesting.
I think to myself, and I just think, I'm like, did I just hear you talk to me?
She looks at you and smiles and continues to speak to the group and says to you,
I like it.
and says to you, "Please take refuge here. And this evening, I implore you to join us for dinner at the Great Hall. All residents will be there, and there's a few people that require your assistance. And I appreciate that you've just arrived, but it's very important that I get some assistance with some of the things that need doing around the island to bring forth peace."
I think Solomon would kind of, at this point, just nod to them and
Yeah.
say, like, we all came for our separate reasons, whatever they may be.
Yeah. Do you
I'm
got a
sure
meal
you
for
are.
us?
I'm sure you.
We've
I'm
had a
sure
long
you know
trip.
mine, but we're all happy to provide for you before we expect from you.
All of your answers will come in due time, but yes, there is a few pressing matters. So I'll see you all at dinner in the Great Hall. And she
Perfect.
calmly walks away.
All right.
Dinner?
Well, yeah. Well,
I would like to make a point of this before it fucks me over in combat. As we leave, I would pick up my weapons again and
Absolutely.
put them back into their
Well,
I
unthreatening.
don't
was I was
come back
making
this
note
way.
of that.
What if we don't
I
ever
was
come
ma-
back this way?
I was making note of it. Can you all roll a religious check for me?
Oh, dear.
Can, and I have religion in my build. I've been waiting for this.
I
I've been
like the
waiting.
fact that even though you're probably going to roll really well on this, you're not going to know how you know it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, damn!
that's what I
I did
picked.
not think I'd roll that well.
Yeah, you're actually rolling better than I am.
It's probably depends on how difficult it is, though. If it's a 15, it's not much good. We're all autistic. Carry on.
We're all
So
dummies.
you're in the inner sanctum, you're in the inner temple, and as you leave, obviously Solomon grabs his weapons, straps them back onto himself, and as you're leaving, there's some not tapestry, but like carvings and paintings on the cliff face outside of the temple, and it depicts Solomon. You see it as depicting a great battle of dragons, and you identify the dragon, one of the dragons, the great red dragon Sharuth, in a battle that was fought here with the metallic dragons, and you see the metallic dragons winning the battle and burying Sharuth under what appears to be this island. And you continue forward.
Cool.
I don't think necessarily that I would relay that information because he's got no reason to believe it's relevant. I think he would
That's
just acknowledge it,
absolutely fine.
it, and
you
sort of
just
bow his
observe it.
head, but not
Yeah,
really.
well, it's the same as me
not
not
really bring
relaying
it
that
up.
someone talked to me through my telepathy.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Yeah.
think he'd have any reason to believe it's anything more than, like you said, just a relevant tapestry to the history of the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now I'll invite you all, if you wish to explore the village before dinner. So there is probably the big point of emphasis is there is a shop. There
None of us
is
have any gold.
yeah, there is a shop if you want to go there, and then otherwise your option from here would be to wait for dinner or speak to one another. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go to the shop and I'm going to talk to the shopkeeper.
I'm
And
also
s-
going to the
and
shop as well, but I'll let
see-
Curtis do his thing first.
I was gonna say, so where's the shop there, Brad? Is this?
Just one of those. It doesn't
Okay.
really
So
matter.
I'm gonna go to the shop. Is there a shopkeeper in there?
Yeah, there is. So you've entered the store.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm just gonna like look to the group, like my group mates, and be like, something's weird with my hands. Like I can feel that there's that there's more to what I'm capable of.
Solomon, after Solomon saw him completely whiff his first attempt, I think he would sort of not to take the piss out of you, but just sort of jokingly.
I ripped its head off.
You also whiffed a punch.
Yeah,
I think Solomon would.
Sword cut.
I still hit him.
Let's be honest.
The point is, I think Solomon would sort of, as a bit of a jest, which is admittedly rare for him.
Imagine having a sword and not being able to kill something. It's crazy.
Solomon would knock you on the shoulder and kind of just say, "Well, go on then, hit me. I'll tell you if you've got more than you realize."
Roll for initiative.
This is a genuine thing as well. Like Solomon has no worries about taking a punch.
All right.
And he'd be impressed more than anything if this actually hurts him.
Well, this is more into my backstory, so I'm definitely gonna swing at him.
All right.
Oh God. Okay.
Roll to hit. Yeah. This isn't going to be any combat either. Like Solomon.
No, you would choose. Yeah, you would have to choose if you wanted to make.
All right. So what am I rolling then, DM?
It's an unarmed strike.
You're rolling
isn't
a
it?
normal attack. An unarmed strike.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, that hits. I fully saw 2 and thought you crit for a second. Okay, 5 damage. Fuck.
So you do. Yeah. So how do you respond to that?
So
Yeah.
I look at him dead in the eyes, and I cock back my fist, and I just say, like, you need to keep it together, bud. You don't know what you're
Keep
talking
it together,
about.
bud.
And,
I think at that point Solomon would
and
kind
I
of
just
have a
drill him straight in the nose, like just knuckle duster right to his nose.
So you wouldn't see any blood or anything. Like not even that he's wiped
But
it. He just in
flinched.
general
He-
wouldn't
it
bleed.
didn't- maybe it didn't hurt him, but he flinched. He took it.
You
and
would
he was
see
like,
Yeah,
his
he flinched.
eyes.
He flinched.
Okay, so what you would see is his eyes widen, and just for the tiniest of seconds, those scars that I mentioned on his face, you notice them on his face more so than his arms or hands. You just see that purple and blue flash for just a tiny bit brighter for a split second, as he's incredibly surprised by how hard that hit him, and he kind of like pat you on the shoulder, almost like the classic son move where you just rub him on the shoulder and just be like, not bad, lucky man, not bad.
Yeah.
Because as far as he's concerned, you're still lucky for your whole forgetfulness.
So
And then when you turn around, without letting you guys see, because he is somewhat embarrassed about how hard that hit, he is going to, I'm going to use my entire pool of lay on hands, and I'm going to heal that 5 damage. So that is my whole lay on hands pool used. However, you guys do not know I have lay on hands, so fuck y'all.
Okay, so you've just done this secretly.
Yeah.
Liliana, do
I
you
mean,
have anything to say
suppose
with this
technically you
happening,
can-
or?
Yeah. No. She's definitely going to be looking like really confused and like, what are we fighting? Like, what do you mean? She's just like, she's really confused, and she's just kind of looked at him and been like, are you done?
Would we see that obviously? Like,
Are we finished?
Is Liliana hiding that at all?
Pardon me?
Are
No,
you
I
hiding that
think
at all?
she's
Like, or are you
addressing
very
you, like,
obviously
what's
just saying,
going
like, what
on.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. She's obviously got that look on her face of like, what on God's green earth is fucking going on here?
Okay. Solomon.
I'm just gonna say, I'm like, well, we're not friends. We're just here together.
Solomon would sort of just look at her and just say, like, calm down, Drow. We're just having a bit of fun. I'm testing his mettle. Kid's got potential. Sorry, are you how old do you look? Like, are you a young or an old? Like, what's
Who?
So
you, Acrid?
Young, 20.
Okay,
Young,
yeah,
yeah,
but-
you
yeah,
young.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I vaguely remembered you saying, yeah, I'd say like kid's got potential,
Yeah.
and then I'd secretly cast my lay on hands.
All right. So can I go to the shop now?
Please.
Without being
So
harassed?
you enter the
Hey, you
shop.
said you said be fun. Don't be too serious. I'm being fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
punch
no.
it
I'm
up.
being fun. We're all having fun.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I
stop
go
Alright,
doing
so
it,
inside,
it's
you
fun.
enter the shop.
I go to
in-
the
in-
shopkeep and I go, hey, so did you see that guy I just punched outside? I'm looking for stuff that I can put on top of my hands to make me do more. You got any knuckle dusters?
a female kobold addresses you and says, "Welcome, welcome to the cloister." And you can see pain behind her eyes more so, and she says, "Feel free to look around, look at my wares." And you look around, and there is some what look to be like strap on, like knuckle duster sort of
Strap on?
aggressive. Yeah, strap on knuckle duster. They're like
That's rough,
gauntlets.
buddy.
Yeah, gauntlets.
Um,
Yeah.
They're gauntlets. They don't appear to have any magic infusion or anything like that, but they're they do exist, and they're there. So
All right.
she does point.
So I look over to her and I say, how much do you want for these gauntlets on the wall?
Those are 120 gold pieces.
Jesus. I tell her that I'm like, well, I don't really have any gold. Is there anything I can do for you for a trade?
As a matter of fact, I was going to say something, but I really do need help. Listen, I can't say too much, but there is. Look, my brothers and I came to this cloister years ago, and it's been something that's they've disappeared. They've left us. It was only a few weeks ago, but I'm very worried. Bring them back to us, and you can have whatever you need. The last I heard from, there was rumors about town that someone had seen them heading towards the clifftop observatory up on the, and she sort of points behind the mountain behind you, and she says, I've personally I've never been there, but if you follow the road through the forest, you should find your way there.
Okay. So
But
then,
she said,
well,
but she also says to you, Renara is the only one that's allowed to go there though, and I don't even know how they would have made it. Renara is the only one that's permitted to go there. From what I know, she's the only one that can even access the observatory. But I'd start there.
okay. So what I say back is obviously I'd like to help you, but I gotta ask these misfits that I'm rolling with because we are kind of a unit. So if I go to the group and I say, look, there's a potential of a quest. We can go and help look for these people behind the observatory. It looks like it's a little bit harder than it looks. I'm gonna get some gear out of this, but we can probably haggle her for a little bit more. It sounds like she needs help. So, is there anything you guys might want?
Solomon's not too interested in gear. I think he would probably just look at you and just be like, "We're already here," and just ask Acrid, "Are you going to hit as hard as that every time?"
I'll only hit harder.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, so do you want to go too, Marie?
Yeah. Liliana, she's not much of a materialistic sort. She's happy with just her magic. She's not used to having a lot. All she needs to do is hear the words "help people," and she's like, "Yep, done."
Yeah,
Perfect.
awesome.
All right, so I go back to the shopkeep and I say, look, we're gonna help you, and yeah, we'll
Thank
trade
you.
it for the gauntlets.
Thank you. Whatever you need.
I actually need the gauntlets before we leave.
Need upfront payment.
Solomon's rolling his eyes in the background.
You can perform a persuasion check if you'd like.
Thank you.
Don't cheat.
Can I help him and provide advantage on the persuasion roll?
No.
Do you want to? Does your character want to?
I think he probably would, because as far as he's concerned, he wants you guys to basically be able to fight. Like he would be going in there and saying, "Look."
But then you're intimidating the shopkeep.
No, I'm not intimidating. I would just say, consider my sword.
No. What I'm saying, I'm not trying to be intimidating about it. So maybe that's the wrong way. I'm trying to say that I've got no weapons. I have nothing to defend myself with.
Yes.
It's more of a I need this to be able to
Solomon
to do the job.
Solomon's pretty much going in there and saying, "Look, you have my word. Consider my sword my honor. Yeah. He needs these to help. We'll get your brothers back safely."
Okay.
All right.
Can I do a persuasion then? But yeah,
You
it's
can
not a
do
negative
persuasion.
Because there is that's technically, like, rules wise, that's me taking the help action, which would give him advantage on persuasion if you're allowing it.
You can have advantage on persuasion. Like, I don't mind.
Because that's like a legitimate thing. You can help to give them advantage on the roll.
Yep.
You have to be able to justify it in character, obviously.
So the lady, the kobold who identifies as Mila, and asking for help, says, reluctantly hands you the gauntlets, and says, please, just return with my brothers, or tell me where they are, or even if they're dead, I just need to know. I need closure. And she gives you the gauntlets, and the gauntlets have +1 to your attack.
Perfect.
It's a roll or damage. That's a distinction that has to be made.
To your damage.
Okay, you can make a custom item in D&D Beyond.
I'm gonna do it
that
right
makes your
now.
life easy.
I
think as we leave the store, just while Curtis is making that custom item,
what I was just gonna say. Sorry, just before you say that,
Go
I
for
just
it.
want to get a little bit more information of like, what do they look like? What are their names?
Yeah.
Is there any distinctions?
Absolutely. So these kobolds are winged kobolds. Their names are Mech and Min. So including Mila, Mech, and Min, they all have wings. So some of them don't have wings, some of them have wings, so some of them can fly. Some of the kobolds, they used to wear, one of them wore a blue robe, one of them wore a brown robe, but distinctively to your eyes, you're not going to notice an enormous amount of difference between them. So you just have to keep looking. But she does suggest that you seek more information from when you're at dinner tonight. Seek more information from some of the about the path to get there, about more about where it's located. Apologies, I've never been there, but seek more information. Seek out Tarek and Varnoth. They look more like they're more like the tall humans. They're easy to see. So you'll speak to them at dinner and you'll learn more.
All right. I think as we leave the store, I think Solomon would just head in and sort of just quietly say to her, "Look, I'm much more of an up close and personal kind of person. Like I said, my sword is my honor, but should anything happen to us, consider this as collateral." And I think he'd place his heavy crossbow on the counter and just say to her, like, should anything happen, this should at least recoup your losses, but we'll return your brothers.
He bows.
Safe and sound.
He bows.
So I am unequipping that crossbow. I'm not going to remove it from my inventory because it just makes life harder, but I'm unequipping it.
All right. Damn.
Okay, wonderful.
Can you even use that crossbow?
I can.
Oh.
It's just, I can use it. It's just, compared to my sword, like, the difference to hit is phenomenal.
Akrid looks at you and he sees, he's like, why do you keep putting down your weapons? All right, so you leave the store.
Peace.
It is a place of peace. They appreciate that. Even though she's a weapons dealer, it's kind of funny. So Mila's a weapons dealer. So you leave the shop. I would suggest it would be very close to dinner time now.
Wonderful. You guys just give me literally 2 seconds. I just have to get a light.
No problem.
That's fun.
Light
It's all
that
good.
shit
I'm trying
up.
to build this weapon, so.
Light that shit up.
I do have some shit I want to buy from a vendor, but I'm probably going to just wait until the main campaign because I dare say I'm not going to have enough gold for what I actually want until then.
No, everything's pretty expensive in the store as well.
Yeah.
All by the rules as well.
No, I believe you. That's fine.
Not just me.
Right, back.
All right, so
Yeah,
dinner.
off.
It's dinner time. You're happy to go there. There's not really anything more for you to see, so I'd suggest rolling to dinner.
Fair enough.
Let's go to dinner.
So there's a roaring
hungry.
fire. Everyone is so most of the kobolds are in. If you look on your map to A3, there's a long dinner table. If you can
We
see
can't
most of
see
them.
number grids, but
Oh, sorry. If you see, just at the top.
I'm assuming it's the star in the top left.
That was the inner temple, actually.
Oh,
Ooh,
so
there you
okay, no,
go.
I see what you're talking. I've just seen what you're talking about now. I know what
the
you're referring
little,
to.
like, where the
Yeah,
tables
long
are.
I see the
table,
3
long
long
table.
tables and then the one
Yep.
small table.
Yep.
I
You
also
notice
can't move my character. I don't know if that matters too much, but
It does not at all. I'm gonna move
Okay.
your character to where it's there. Actually, that's where.
oh,
You,
that's dinner.
Yeah, so you're in the library, actually, Liliana.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay, my bad.
I know. I was confused. I was also confused.
Oh yeah, I also thought
okay.
that was dinner.
So, around the table, you see the majority of the kobolds. You see the two humans that were mentioned, and one of the humans walks towards you. He's male. He looks late middle age. He looks a bit weathered. He has tattoos that you can see on his neck. He looks very out of place here. He's not. Looks as though he once was a warrior, someone that had been a little rough around the edges back in his day, but he's not. He's certainly not hostile in any way, and he approaches you and he says, "Appreciate you coming here." And Renara mentioned that you were interested in helping, and look, my name is Tarek. Thank you again for coming. And he says to you, I'm Tarek. I need your help with something on the easternmost side of the island. There's a colony that one of the only other colony that we're aware of on this island is full of the Myconid people. They're a plant people, and they're, if you've ever seen them before, they can never go out into the sunlight. And but I used to have I do the gardening around the cloister, and I had such a lovely relationship with them, and for some reason they have stopped coming. They have stopped allowing us to come, and they've stopped allowing me to come pick their mushrooms. They used to be so friendly with me, and they've completely stopped. And I need your help. I need you to find out why.
Okay. Yeah, and I think Liliana, from having a drow father, would be knowledgeable enough. She would have never come face to face with them before, but she would have been told about Myconids by her
Absolutely.
father. So I would say that it would probably be something in her wheelhouse that she would be interested in, because it is about peace, I suppose.
You're very, very interested in it, and
Yeah.
from your knowledge and your history that Myconids are a peaceful group, and you can see by the look on Tarek's face that it's very important, and it's something he's very concerned. He doesn't. It's a very out of character for this colony of Myconids. There's only a couple of obviously groups that live on the island, and he's very distraught, and he tells you that he's actually a botanist as well, and he's able to craft potions with their mushrooms that help to heal the villagers. And at this stage, he's running low on his supplies, and he needs you to retrieve some of these mushrooms. But at the moment, like, obviously the Myconids aren't even letting you go there. So he implores you to seek their cave on the western side of the island and find out what happened.
There's so many quests going on.
We're picking up some side quests on the way.
Bloody scruff in his handball. It's all. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna help Buddy get his mushrooms, and we're gonna help the girl and her lost brothers, and we've also got to talk to the diner. The chick at the Great Hall. So.
Yeah.
Which one? Sorry, who do you need to speak to? Oh yeah,
Raynor or whatever.
Varnoth. Yes. Varnoth.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, is there anything else you'd like to say to Tarek? Or are you just happy to roll on?
Yeah, happy to keep going.
Liliana would probably just ask him for, obviously general directions. She knows that it's potions, so we're just gonna. Yeah, she could just have a brief conversation with him about that.
So Tarek says to you, there's two ways to journey around this island, no matter where you're going. There is by water, and he points down to where you came from, and you see there's a couple of rowboats there, and if you row this way, and he points the way around the island, you will come across the opening of the cave at low tide. And the other option is to journey by foot through the forest. Both take a similar amount of time, and the choice is entirely up to you. But if you follow the path, there is signs that you will see to the cliff front, the western cliff front, and if you journey down the mountain at the western cliff front, when you arrive, you'll find the opening in the mouth to the caves.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she'd promised to him that she would you know try to look into it, as it is like potions that's helping like sick people in the town. But
Yep.
they have somewhere to be first, but they'll get to it essentially.
He gently bows, and when he bows, you see on his back, he's sort of got an open backed robe, and his very uncharacteristic tattoos, and it almost looks like something, Solomon, you've seen from your time in the city, and he looks to be like he was an old thieves from one of the guilds or something along those lines, and you're just sort of puzzled by it, but you journey on and venture forth, and walking. You walk around the table, and out of sort of the candlelight, you don't even see this figure, and this figure knocks Solomon, just sort of bumps into you in a way, and it's a female figure. She has a very light pale skin. She's older. She's very muscular. She looks to be like the most battle-ready individual on this island, and but again, peaceful in nature and calm, and but grizzled. And she says to you, "Hey, you're the group that Runara said could assist with some things." And she says to you, This island has a curse, and I recently saw a shipwreck on the eastern side of the island, and I heard that you dealt with the zombies before, and there's some connection to the zombies in these shipwrecks on the eastern side of the temple. And she says that eastern side of the island, and she says that she implores you to investigate. There's very little she can offer, but she does provide you the guidance to get to this cove, as well as she mentions to you. That's where she starts. Where would you like to go?
I think slightly irritated by the fact that she's knocked into him. I think Solomon would kind of just say to her, like, "You look battle worn yourself. Well, what have you done about this? Like, have you not looked into this yourself?"
I've sworn a life of peace. That life has left me, and now I am the Mason, and I build the various cloister inhabitants' houses, and but I have sworn my life to peace from here.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Me in the background, like,
He's not one to
Akrid's-
question it, really.
Akrid's kind of sitting in the background, being like, "All right, guys, this is getting a little too much for me."
Drinking beers.
No, there's just too. We can't help everybody. That's what he's essentially said, like trying to like let the group know. It's like we can't save everybody. We're not here to save everybody. We got our own. We got things we got to do too.
I think I would, again, sparingly kind of turn to him and just say, "You've got fuck all to do. You don't even know why you're here. You barely have a name. Right now, all you have to do is exist." I'm not suggesting we approach everyone here and help them, but it's a bit arrogant for the man with no problems to refuse to help anyone else's.
Varnoth asks you, she says, "What other tasks have you been requested to do?"
And I think Solomon would sort of motion to Akrid, who initiated our first task, and go and just pretty much say, "Go on."
We're not gonna do that task anymore.
So you have no quests.
I'm just gonna go look at the group and be like, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, and Liliana's just gonna glance her eyes down to his gauntlets, his shiny new gauntlets, like, "Hey."
Yeah, Solomon turns to her and just says, "If you steal them, I won't tell." Like to Liliana, I mean, as in like, if you steal them off him, I won't tell a soul.
Varnoth looks at the three of you and says, "There's bigger things going on this island that are beyond the three of you, and there's something a lot, larger at play here. So, and if Mila down in the shop asks you to save her brothers, I implore you that going to the caves to assist with the Myconids and helping with the zombie infestation are far more important, and the only reason for it is you will not be able to access the Clifftop Observatory without the blessing of Renara. Once you help us, we will provide that blessing."
Yeah, I was actually, funnily enough that you say that, just about to get to that. I was going to say Solomon would probably turn to Akron and say, "I want to make this clear. I'm not saying we bail on that quest. You paid for those gauntlets with your honor. I'll hold you to that. But we have to speak to Renara regardless. If we want her blessing to go to the observatory, we may as well at least have something to show for it. So why don't we help the grander problems first?"
Traits, though. Like, that's what you need to understand. Like, this is part of my character.
No, I get that. My character, though, has a specific thing for family, and he is not letting go of the brothers' quest. Like, that's not happening.
All right, well, then I nod and say, "Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it."
All right. She thanks you and ventures back into the darkness with and yeah, you don't see her anymore, and it's becoming bedtime, so
So before we go to bed, so we're at dinner. I take it as a point where we get to sort of sit down and just have dinner.
Yeah, you've had dinner.
Marie can eat now.
Finally. Okay,
you're eating. You're eating.
Okay, I think at that point,
Marie needs extra food.
Yeah. Marie's ribs become slightly less visible by the end of the day.
Exactly. She's like, she's never seen so much food before. She's like, "What the fuck is this all for me?"
And literally all they're eating is porridge, and they all have a very small ration.
Okay, so anyways, while we're eating and we're all seated, I think I'd probably take that chance to turn to Liliana and basically just say to her, I was like, "So I suppose we haven't been introduced. So what's your deal? What's the name for a start?"
Yeah. So she's definitely yeah. So she'll just turn and then just shyly just say like, "Liliana, what's yours?"
I tend to just go by Solomon these days, but you're a bit different to the other drow I've met. I take it you probably didn't grow up amongst your people. You carry a different demeanor.
Yeah. So she at first I think she's probably going to be a little bit taken aback that somebody's actually asking about her. And yes, and she's going to just say, "Yeah, my father was drow, but I did not grow up with drow culture. I grew up on a farm on the surface, and that's it."
Is it too much to ask if you met him?
Yes. Yeah. So you'll see that she's got a fair bit of sadness in her eyes with there, and she said, "Yes, he was a great man."
I think Solomon would probably recognize the sadness and not push further. He'd probably just say, "Fair enough then. I'm glad you got to meet him," and leave it at that. Go back to eating his porridge.
Yeah. And then she'll probably just like have like just like a little moment of awkward silence, and then just ask, like, what about you, or what do you do, kind of thing.
Travel mostly, nomadic. I haven't. I've carried what's on me right now for virtually as long as I can remember. I had a life a long time ago, much different to this, grander, but that's behind me now. I don't venture into it too much.
Yeah. And so she'll just finish off and be like, and now we're here.
That we are.
Yeah. And she might look over and kind of like glance at the gauntlets and be like, what about gauntlets? She's just referring to you
Referring
as
to me?
Gauntlet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your name now.
Yeah.
You mean Lucky Legs over there? I'm not sure what his deal is, but I dare say we'll know a little more before we leave here. I'm not letting him out of my sight as long as those gauntlets are on his hands. At least until we have some closure on the brothers.
Yeah, and she'll look
Plus I owe
over.
him a punch.
Can I hear them at all or no?
No, I'm whispering
Okay.
this.
Yeah, but Liliana does look over at you, and you do catch eye, and she kind of raises her eyebrows in an invitation.
All right. Well, I kind of walk over, just kind of still looking off, kind of to the distance, and not really engaged with everything. But I finally catch eyes with Liliana, and I walk over and say, "What are you two talking about?"
Okay, so Liliana will just like kind of smirk really slightly, and then just say very quietly, "You."
I think Solomon holds a hand up and at that point and just says, "Nah, just our fathers." And just kind of brushes it off.
And I just kind of look at the both, nod my head, and just go back to kind of staring off into the distance.
Solomon would interrupt that silence, and on the topic of fathers, I take it you don't remember yours?
I turn around and look at both of them and just say, "I don't remember anything," and just keep walking.
Good old Lucky Legs.
Yeah, just keep walking. But you do notice that I'm staring more and more around the room at things that you might perceive that I'm staring at things that might not be there. Like I'm almost seeing things.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Fair enough. I don't think Solomon wouldn't acknowledge it verbally. I think he'd maybe make a small mental note of it. Maybe raise his eyebrows a touch, but for the moment, brush it off as a crazy with no memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liliana would definitely do the same. She'd definitely mentally clock it and observe it, but not really say anything. She's a bit awkward. And also with Solomon saying like lucky legs, it's like she's kind of also never like heard a joke in her life either. So she's kind of like
Like that doesn't get
so
it.
she's
The wild part about it is to Solomon, it's not even a joke. Like he genuinely has a sense of envy. Like he I don't know if you guys would necessarily know it, but he longs to forget something. What that is, you guys wouldn't know, but there's a section of his past that's quite obviously something that he wishes either never happened or that he could be apart from. But he's almost there's a degree of confliction to it. It's jealousy of the man who forgot, but at the same time, not at the same time. It's even he doesn't really know how to explain it. He's not even really aware of the feelings himself.
All right. Well, do we knock on and call it a night?
I think so.
Just before you leave the table, Tarek runs over and slunks a bag right in front of you, knocking over the bowls in front. Yeah, a bag.
A bag of what?
And the bag it reeks, and he says, "Don't go to the Myconids cave without this bag. This will be a gesture of goodwill. Just present this to them, and it'll be a gesture of friendship."
Solomon has been around the block. He's somewhat suspicious of the fact that if they have this gesture of goodwill and they're still not allowed in. Can I roll anything to ascertain if this guy actually knows what he's talking about?
Yeah, you can roll, or you could just ask him a question.
Well, that's,
Well, yeah,
but I mean, yeah. But my point is he
Yeah.
full of shit? Basically, asking him a
Yeah, but
question
you-
doesn't tell me if he's full of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to ask him what it is, I suppose. But
Yeah,
what it is
absolutely.
is-
So it's old food scraps and rotten mushrooms and rotten food scraps. They'll see it as a token of friendship.
And I'll just kind of look back at him like, so garbage.
yeah, can I roll insight on that?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yes, it's yeah.
Yeah.
It is garbage. So he says to you, the last time I tried to enter, some of their adults didn't let me through, and I even heard that they were going to employ a guardian to stop anyone else. So I haven't tried to get back yet.
Can we ask him why he was stopped? And why
They
he's
wouldn't
not allowed in?
they wouldn't give me an answer. They just didn't let me in. There's something wrong. They've
what-
always granted me with access as friends. I
So,
can
is
say
he
to
still
you,
a
I s-
kobold? Is he still? Is he?
No,
no,
this
this,
is
is a
human.
human. This is
This is the
Tarnock,
tattooed
who's
human.
a tattooed human. And he's the gardener. He's a botanist and a gardener, and he can create potions of healing using the mushrooms. And part of the reason is there's a lot of sick people, and he needs these mushrooms that grow within
So
the Myconid cave.
is he taking things that don't belong to him? Probably.
Well, I was
No,
yeah, I was
so
about
they've
to say
always been
Solomon.
shared.
You did say that Solomon recognized the tattoos. I think Solomon would, without even looking up from his drink, maybe just say to this guy, because he said like they used to allow him passage, now they haven't. I think Solomon would sort of just turn to him and say like, maybe they found out about your past, and then like pause for a second, and then just under his breath just say like thief.
He looks away with almost a hostile look and shakes his head, and he just says to you, just go to the caves. If it's not for me, it's for the rest of the village. Just get to those caves.
You'd see Solomon again without moving his head, but this time you'd see his eyes in just the pupil would head to the corner of his eyes and make eye contact with this guy and just say like, we're here for the good of the people. Don't make it something we regret. Just almost as a not a threat, but just a word of warning, basically. That he knows who this guy is, and he's suspicious.
He nods and just takes his leave. Bows and takes his leave out of respect.
Wonderful.
All right.
Suppose
Akron
that's
is looking
bedtime
for a
then, isn't
place to sleep.
Yes, you can sleep now. You don't need a long rest though.
Well,
Can I?
No, Fit does. Fit
You-
technically
you-
does because of his healing.
Do we
from
get
dead too.
do we get more than 8 hours of sleep? Like, do we get 8 hours sleep? Or are we
You do.
awoken?
No, you do.
Okay,
You
so
get
then
8 hours
a
of
long
sleep.
rest.
Yeah,
There
you
you
get a
go.
long rest. Yep. Do you want to take a break? Or
I would
I'm
just like to
good.
go to the bathroom very quickly, just a quick little pee.
Yep. All right. I could have a
Yeah.
drink of water.
Quick
I'm
break
chilling.
for me too.
Yeah, I found out how to add the damage, Brad, to an item.
Perfect. I have
So
no
I don't-
idea how to do that.
So essentially, you can modify your skill,
Yep.
and I've done a custom modifier to add 1 extra damage with the gauntlet.
Perfect. Perfect. That's great. I'm just gonna grab some water. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll just fucking sit here and my dick in my hand. Woohoo.
Can't see the clock on my computer. It's covered in cameras.
How you holding up?
Meowdy?
I'm good. I'm okay. I can
Yeah,
keep going.
I'm not drinking, so I'm just having Red Bulls.
Red Bulls.
Yeah, bowls, multiple. You know,
Disgusting.
sugar free. Sugar free because I'm a healthy guy.
You're a healthy guy. Yeah. Ugh.
No, last night, this is gonna sound really weak. I had 2 beers and a scotch, and I was out cold. Like I can't drink at all anymore.
All right, let's
Oh,
do it.
You happy to continue?
I believe
Yep.
so.
All right. I reckon I've got another hour in me, so we probably got one
Sounds good.
more quest in me, and that
Yeah, that
and then I
sounds
need
perfect.
then I probably need to prepare more stuff.
You got 4 quest lines running right now, so.
I know.
He's given us a bit going on.
So I'll give you a little rundown in a summary. So you've been given multiple quests. You've been given a quest to investigate the zombie outbreak on the eastern shore. You've heard of shipwrecks on the shore, and you've also been told about on the western side. There's a myconid colony that has become hostile and not wanting visitors that used to, and basically you need the mushrooms from it. So you've got a couple of options.
Well, I don't really care about the shipwrecks on the eastern side, but I want to go do what the Valrith was asking us to do. That's what I want to do.
The myconids?
Was it the myconins? Was that what she wanted?
Varnoth wanted your help. I know it's confusing because there's sort of a lot of V's around here. Varnoth did want you to help with the shipwrecks and the zombies, and Tarek wanted you to help with the myconid problem.
I kind of want to help the main person. That's my take.
No. So the main person has told us that before she'll help us, we need to help everyone else.
Yeah, these are the people you need to help.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right,
I'm doing my
yeah.
best.
I'm stuck in side quest limbo, like purgatory.
Yes. Yeah. You've got your options. Your options have been laid out.
All right, so Akra's just gonna look at the 2 and be like, whatever you guys decide.
Yeah, I think Liliana would probably want to prioritize and be like, well, healing potions for the sick is pretty important, so people don't die.
Yeah, I mean Solomon's pretty much just saying like I said, I'm just here to help. I'll do whatever. So if Liliana wants to do the myconids for the potions, then that's what we'll do.
Is that? I think Liliana just wants to make like the right choice of like.
I don't think there is a right choice
What's
here.
more? No,
I think we can
that's
do
what
both.
I mean.
It's
Like,
just which we do
it's
first.
not going to be a life or death thing either way, Brad. Like,
well, we wouldn't know that. But I think
no.
Solomon.
I'll give you a small hint because I'm an inexperienced DM, but you just take whatever quest you feel like going on here.
All right. Well, for the sake of Solomon has noticed that Liliana constantly hangs back and is trying to bring her more into actually being helpful. I think he's going to force the decision upon her, and pretty much after hearing that Akra doesn't care, he's going to just say like, "Go on then. Where are we going?"
Fuck. Yeah, because the sorry, I'm losing my words. The checking out the skeleton thing, there's nobody in immediate danger there, so I think she'd probably want to prioritize getting potions.
Yep.
Then we
to
go to the potions.
Myconids it is.
So if you recall, there's 2 ways to get to those caves. So there's the access route through the forest, and there's the access route that you can take a rowboat and row around the island. Which would you prefer?
Solomon's probably going to say, we've already seen old mate rip a fish's head off. I want to see what the druid can do in the forest, and suggest that.
She'd definitely be more comfortable going the forest way than the sea way.
Perfect. All right. It's early in the morning, and you embark. So you follow the road. You journey into the forest. There is signage that you come across, and relatively uneventful journey through the woods. And it's quite a long journey. You've been walking for a couple of hours, and it's a very beautiful forest. So it's a bit of a rainforest. It feels there's a presence, Liliana, that you can feel about the forest. That there feels like there is a magic here, but it also feels like there's pain, and there's anguish as well. As much as this, it feels like the forest it feels pain, but it once was even more beautiful, and but it's very luscious. So out of the corner of your eye, you hear smashing in the trees, and there's trees coming down, and you can almost see, you can hear a growling, and a distinct growl that a druid recognizes. You believe it sounds like an owl bear, and then smashing out of the path in front of you, you see this enormous owl bear. It's descriptive wise, I'm not going to get into it. It looks you all know what it
Does
looks
it
like.
look something between an owl and a bear?
That's what I'm sort of going at here. So it looks like a cross between an owl and a bear, but more bear and an owl face. So it comes smashing out, and it looks like it's hostile towards you, but it sort of stands its ground. It doesn't attack. It stands its ground, heart arched up, and it looks at you.
Sorry.
I think Liliana's in the front of the pack here, surely.
I'm so sorry. I did start talking. I didn't realize. I flicked my mic up. Yep. So
All
immediately she's gonna cast her speak with animals spell.
Yep.
Do you need me to press that,
No,
or
there's no roll
can we
for
all
that.
just remember that?
No.
Wonderful.
No.
Okay. So she's going to cast speak with animals, and she's also going to use some of her animal handling ability, just to show with her body language that she's not a threat.
Yep.
To the owlbear. Pardon?
Do you need to cast speak with animals for that? I thought that would just be animal handling. If you just like body language, wouldn't speak with animals be literally speaking to it?
They're two different things. So like she's gonna do her animal handling, and
So you're still okay. I thought you weren't talking to it.
And she's gonna do speak with animals to communicate as well. Yeah.
All right. So your body language demonstrates to the owlbear. It sort of hunches back, and it is a little bit more relaxed, but still in a defensive position. And it asks you, obviously only discernible to you, being able to speak to animals. It says to you, "This is my forest. What brings you here?"
Okay. So she's gonna say to the owlbear, we mean you no harm. I am a friend to the forest. We seek safe passage in order to get to where we are going. Sorry, I don't remember the name.
The Myconids.
That's okay.
Oh,
the caves.
Yep.
The caves.
Yep.
While you're talking, you all notice hanging around the owlbear's neck is a whistle. It appears to be some sort of whistle, and it almost looks like it was purpose built to fit around the owlbear's neck. And the owlbear says to you, "My children are in these woods, and I don't feel safe. They've been under attack by kobolds the last few weeks, and that's why I'm obviously in this position. And I still don't trust you. I can't let you pass. Kobolds have been attacking, and I've had to defend my children."
Oh dear, yeah. So that's probably going to be really, really conflicting to Liliana because obviously she has come from the kobolds.
Mm.
So I think she will ask the owlbear what have they been doing? Like, what have they been doing to you? Are you injured?
They've been smashing through the forest and collecting various bits and pieces and searching for old remnants and bones and digging up graves. And whenever my cubs and I get near, they attack and I have to defend them. I've already had to kill many of them. So this is why I am who I am, and I can't let you through. I don't trust you.
Okay.
Are you? Because obviously, for me and Acrid,
Yeah,
all
don't
we're
know what's
hearing
going
is
on.
growls. Are you
Yeah.
relaying this conversation?
Yes. Yeah. That's
Solomon would
relaying.
probably then say to you, is it at all possible that this is the guardian that they're talking about to get through to the Myconids? This is the supposed beast that's stopping them. Have we maybe heard a warped translation of what's actually happened?
If you ask that question, the owlbear doesn't know what you're talking about. Doesn't even know about the Myconids.
Okay. So maybe Liliana asked the owlbear if she had trouble with or cross paths with a man.
Yeah, that's smart.
Referring to
Yeah.
the thief man.
Like a human rather than a kobold.
Yeah.
No, she says no. I've only seen kobolds in these woods for many years. There used to be a woman that used to come here and calm me down, but now it's just been replaced by these kobolds. I've not seen any man. And through this conversation, you do see the owlbear becoming less hostile. The body language is lightening up a little bit, and she's starting to you can see that there's a trust brewing between the two of you.
Okay.
So Acrid points at that thing around its neck and says, "Could you ask it about what this is?"
Yep. So yep, and then Liliana clocks it as well and asks what she has around her neck there.
Yep, and the owlbear says, "I come from a faraway land, and I used to have to perform in shows in a circus, and this was what my masters used to command me."
I think at that point, Solomon would gently stroll up towards the owlbear and just speak to Liliana and just say, like, "Can you tell it I mean no harm?"
Yeah. So, Liliana asks the owlbear, "We mean you no harm.
Yep.
Will you allow us to help you?"
Yes.
Okay, so I think at this point, if Liliana's relayed it says yes, I need to make it very clear the way I'm doing this before you think this is aggressive. Solomon would reach towards his coat and grabbing it by the point first and holding it upside down would reveal a very small dagger and would hold it.
I thought you left your weapons at the door.
No, I didn't. I picked them up. We went through this.
Don't start.
Sure?
Yes, went through this.
He picked him up.
And he would hold the dagger like this and sort of nod towards the whistle and basically offer for the owlbear to remove it if it's traumatizing. He wouldn't motion towards it with the dagger or anything. He would just offer it, and if the owlbear wanted to, make it available.
Given the trust that's been established through the animal handling of Liliana, the owlbear, unwillingly but does accept your help and sort of arches back.
Wonderful.
Are you taking the whistle?
Acrid,
no,
No. Sorry. Acrid looks at its throat and just thinks in the background, I could end it right now in one swing.
Oh, it.
With your bear gauntlets.
Yeah, well, yeah.
With my brand new spiked gauntlet.
Hey, they aren't spiked. They're just sort of ribbed. They're sort
Whatever.
of ribbed. Yeah.
But the thought leaves his mind, and just quickly flashes away.
Damn it! I really wanted you to punch the owlbear in the
I like
throat.
to think that he'd be intelligent enough to realize he's probably not going to be able to take a druid, a paladin, and an owlbear all at once.
He's just gonna
You
give
have
the
no idea.
owlbear a
You
couple of
have
bruises
no
on its
idea.
jugular, and that's it.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so are you cutting off this whistle, or what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything. I'm offering the knife for basically the owlbear to effectively drape the whistle over. Like I'm letting him take the initiative, and that I'm not
The
motioning
owlbear
towards him
can't
with the
get the
weapon.
whistle off. He would have taken it off.
No,
years ago.
I'm holding the knife so that he can walk towards me and
Yeah.
basically like dangle the whistle over it. I'm not motioning to him
Yeah.
with the knife.
Yep. The
Is the point
owlbear
I'm making.
accepts. Yeah, and
I'm basically just I'm
moves
cutting it
forward.
off in the least
Cuts it
threatening
off.
possible way. Is what I'm trying to get at here.
Yep. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so the whistle drops onto the ground. Can we destroy it?
No, I think I was going to say Solomon would immediately crush it with the heel of his boot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Sounds good.
Earning the trust of the owlbear grants you passage.
Beautiful.
Hooray!
You may roam the forest.
Can
Okay.
with parting words, can I ask for her name? Does she have a name?
Yes, it's Vissel. Her name
Vissel.
is
Very
Vissel,
nice.
and she has 2 cubs that live in the forest with her, and her husband was killed years ago. By
a little owlbear husky.
by sharks.
Before we leave, can I just relay to Liliana that I want her to ask for any, like, because I know the owlbear said that she attacked most of the people that came, but if anyone ever made it out, if there's any identifying feature, like just a description, anything we could go back to with the kobolds and
with the kobolds.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
that's a
obviously
good idea.
Something's
Yep.
going on there.
Yeah, and we need to tell him to fucking fuck the fuck off my owlbear friend.
Yeah, so the owlbear describes the kobolds that have attacked. They all wear a similar garb, and it's like just like a blue garb that they wear across their chest, and it has the image, or they all have a matching image and inscription, and it looks like a lightning bolt on it as well, and they all wear this uniform, the ones that she is aware of that are hostile to her.
And I take
Did
it this
we-
is nothing that we've seen.
No.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Have we seen it
Okay,
yet?
so it's not our kobolds. It's just
Well,
Random
not necessarily.
kobold.
We don't. It's not our kobolds, obviously.
seen.
It could be like a rogue group that is.
Yeah.
We
Yep,
don't know yet.
wonderful.
But the point
Wonderful.
is, we're not sure yet.
Yeah, and yeah, I think just with parting as well, they'd reassure her that if they come across the kobolds, they'll figure something out to keep her and her cubs safe.
Yeah, under his breath, Acrid, as he's walking away, he says, "We could have had a new coat."
No,
Solomon
Liliana
points to
just
the coat
fucking
he's already
glares
wearing.
at him.
Solomon points to the coat he's already wearing and says, "Why?"
Because I'm cold and I don't have one.
Probably,
Yeah.
and then Solomon would just look at him, roll his eyes, and basically just say, "You probably forgot where you left it."
Yeah, and Liliana looks fucking ropeable.
I love that word. Descriptive word at its finest. Excellent. Are we happy to move forward?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we continue through the forest. The rest of the journey is somewhat uneventful. You do see remnants of what was described by the owlbear. So diggings, like small, what looks to be like it looks like a dinosaur excavation site, and there's missing pieces, just sort of scattered throughout, just off the beaten path. And you reach the side of the cave the side of the mountain, the cliff face that's facing back over onto the water on the easternmost side of the island, and you notice a pathway down the cliff face, and it sounds like what Terex described to you as the entrance to the caves of the Myconids. And I'll bring you all here. Yep.
And we're in the water.
Yeah, you are. Just give me a moment. Don't even feel like you need to move yourselves either. You're sort of up here. I can move. I can do the movements and everything. So you climb down, and you climb down the cliff face, and I'll take you here, Acrid, and sort of moving along, and you see the mouth of the cave.
So I'm going to interject here. So Solomon was the one that was handed the offering, correct? Because I was talking to him at the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, someone should have.
Well, okay, Solomon.
Yeah,
Solomon
let's assume you
was
picked it
carrying
up.
it.
Yep.
With his incredibly poor insight roll, he is fully believing that this is the correct offering. I think Solomon would immediately be taking point, basically, and as soon as he sees a Myconid or like a guard of any sort, he's pretty much going to not necessarily kneel, but just lower his glance, lower his head, and just present it, and just basically just say we mean no harm. We're here on peacekeeping.
Perfect.
We come in
Okay.
As
peace.
soon as he sees someone. And he's presenting this offering in full confidence that it will work.
Yeah, that he's so excited to do it. He's just like, so proud.
Not necessarily excited,
Yeah,
just
but, like, proud.
unsuspecting.
Yeah.
Like, as far as he's concerned, this is
It's
the
$20.
correct idea.
I give in this guy $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just give me one moment here, team. Talk amongst yourselves.
Brad's currently working out how much damage this guard can do to me in one hit.
I'm just working out where the fuck to go next, so just relax. No, we're good.
He's like,
Okay.
roll for initiative.
Yeah. Roll for initiative. Yeah.
This is almost as bad as when I tried to befriend a boss halfway through a fight we were losing.
That was actually really funny, because that was the one time I actually granted it to you after a lot of argument, and then
Yeah, and then I rolled a 4.
yeah, and then you rolled a 4.
Then you still failed.
And then it was over. Okay, so your journey down the cliff face is somewhat uneventful. It's beautiful, but yeah, uneventful. And you're sort of, so if you can imagine the cave, you're at the mouth of the cave, and there's like a walkway that's sort of on this. There's 2 walkways on either side with water flowing through the middle. You all following descriptively. So entering cave, water flowing through the middle, still into the cave, and then you're walking on the sides of the cliff, like sort of just on the sides, and you're walking through and in. Multicolored fungus covers the walls of this tunnel. Its bioluminescent glow filling the cavern with dim light. So it's this beautiful, colorful light that's coming from the walls and the fungus that's growing on it. The surface of the water swirls with colorful, faintly glowing spores. And so under the water, almost like Avatar in that movie, like it's glowing underwater. It's beautiful. Perhaps the spores are even reacting to the movement of something under the surface. Music here.
Because under the surface isn't ominous at all after the tapestry I found out.
Can any of us perceive what the fungus actually is?
Yeah, yep. I don't need to roll. You don't need to roll a check for that. So the fungus is nothing, like it's nothing of value. It's just basically it signifies. Liliana recognized it as it signifies that this is a growth area of Myconids,
Okay.
and you feel like you're in the right place. So venturing further down on the sides on the
Can I
flanks of
ask one more thing?
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you. I know it's annoying.
That's fine.
This is only off the basis of an earlier check I rolled, and the fact that you said that we did notice that it could reference something under the surface. Is there anything that would, for example, link the fact that maybe it's reacting to something under the surface with the tapestry that I saw earlier of the red dragon being buried under the ground?
No relation, but well analyzed. No relation at this stage. So, all you notice is you almost feel like there's something. There might be something that's just like swam underneath the water through the channel underneath, but you couldn't see anything. Almost just like a disturbance under the water.
Oh,
But
okay,
no,
I'm
nothing.
following. Okay,
Yeah, you following? Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, no, the
explain
way you said it, I thought you meant like there was a thing under the ground that was like scary or something like that.
I understand. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I was
imagine
back on the topic of the dragon
there's a
underground.
sea, like something in the water that has disturbed the fungi and the
Yeah,
spores,
I'm
that it
following
almost
now.
looks like something has swam through, call it.
Copy.
So you continue through, and what the hell happens next? You are walking through, and you're about here, and before you, as you keep continuing forward, arises this enormous octopus-looking thing. It's a monstrosity in size, and it's hostile in nature, and it has obviously its 8 legs, and it is rearing to attack.
Solomon holds up the offering.
It's not for the right thing.
I think this is the Guardian.
It attacks. Roll for
Okay.
initiative.
Fair enough.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Sorry.
As much as I'm nerfing myself here, Solomon, you'd probably have advantage on, because like I said, Solomon is offering the offering. Like, if I would be surprised if it attacked.
It attacks.
Yes.
Yeah. Solomon, so it's gonna have advantage to hit Solomon on the first.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Solomon would be like affected by surprise. Like
let's
the
just say
condition.
It's
Solomon's
no.
last then, anyway.
Yeah, just don't worry. It doesn't get that. It is, you're not surprised.
Okay.
You
Well,
are
in that case, initiative it is.
Yeah, initiative for this one, please, team. 21.
Ooh.
What?
Hello?
Damn.
Fuck yeah, so
Or servant.
I'm heaps on guard. But yeah, sorry, I was just laughing because just the thought of Solomon like holding above his head like really happily, like this
just, like,
offering,
proud.
like, like with his chest puffed out.
One of the tentacles just come right in front of him, splashing all this water all over Solomon. He gets drenched by the tentacles smashing in the water.
Solomon like awkwardly tucks the offering into his lap.
Solomon's like,
Solomon's like this for the sword.
Solomon's like this with the offering, drenched with water.
Yeah, you see him using his fur coat to like try and dry his face, but the fur coat's drenched as well, so it makes it worse. It's just like sopping wet.
So this octopus is this octopus is in front of you, and
you've not yet added me to the initiative track because I can't click on my dude.
You can't click on your dude.
No,
give me a
I
moment.
don't have control of him. Set my initiative to register.
You do now. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, you could just add my 13.
I could have just
Otherwise,
added,
I'd
couldn't
get
I?
advantage.
I could probably just roll for you.
I mean, I can just roll initiative again if it's easier. Or you can just add 13.
Just roll. Just roll.
Okay.
Just roll. Get it in there.
Can I have my 13 back?
All right, Liliana. What would you like to do to this?
Actually, I feel like the
octopus
one
who's
is
in water?
I feel like the one is incredibly fitting, considering he's also got to put the offering away now.
Isn't
So
it
this
good?
That is good. No, I like that.
It's
I like
a story that writes itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So
Yeah,
in front
that's
of
great.
you, so you're still sort of hugging that wall in the cavern, and in front of you is this monstrosity of an octopus with tons of legs. Yeah, so go, Liliana, it's your turn.
And it's in the water, or
And it's
there is
hostile
water.
in the water, so it's sort of risen out of the water, so its tentacles are in front of you, lurching up to attack.
Okay. My train of thought here is thinking both of my homies here are up close combat folk.
I don't have a crossbow anymore either.
Right. So I think what she's gonna do is she's gonna cast Destroy Water.
Yeah,
To
alright.
allow for like a if that's okay, if
Yeah,
she can
yeah.
allow a path.
There is
For-
a limit to how much water you can destroy, I believe.
Okay.
They don't-
Sure
yeah,
they
what
right,
it
can
is,
reach-
but
right.
there
sorry,
is an
they
actual
can-
amount.
They can reach. They're in melee range, so don't worry. They're in melee range. They can attack.
Oh, okay. So they're
Yeah,
golden.
they're-
Okay,
they're-
great.
sorry, I didn't explain that. They can attack.
Oh, so it's like right
Okay.
up on top of us, basically.
It's right up in your grills.
Okay, never mind then. She'll put some fairy fire on it.
Perfect. Cast fairy fire. So does that mean everyone rolls with advantage? Is that right?
If the monster gets its Constitution check, which
Oh, yeah, true.
is
It'd have to pass a DC 13.
I mean, sorry,
Okay.
yeah, a Dex 13.
Was it Dex?
Dex. Are you sure? Is that what it is? Or is it con? Dex?
I'm sure it wasn't Dex last time.
Let me look.
It says for me Dex.
Constitution save DC.
I'm just
13.
gonna do whatever she's got. So Dex doesn't matter. It's all the same shit. Whoa.
Oh wait, this is Fairy Fire you're talking about. Sorry.
Yeah.
It hit a 17.
Oh no, so my fairy fire doesn't work. That's rough, buddy.
Shit.
No, actually, no, you're correct. It is a DC 13. I just googled Fairy Fire. DC 13 Dex. You're right.
Okay, done. So your fairy fire casts out of your hands and appears. The octopus appears unaffected.
It's in water. You casted fire.
Fairy fire. Whose
Fairy
turn is it?
fire isn't.
Oh,
it's not actually fire. It's just
Yeah,
magic.
well, it's not actually water. It's magic. Fuck you.
It's special fairy fire from the Fey realm. Okay. Are you done your turn, Liliana?
Yeah, she's gonna look like really frightened because
Hmm.
she thinks that we really could have done with that. But yeah, that's her done. She's a yeah.
All right, Acrid.
Alright.
You gonna punch this thing right clean in the face?
No, I'm just gonna be a little creative here. So
I had the same idea to be creative.
could I do a perception check to see how much the object weighs?
Oh dear.
The octopus,
Yep.
the giant monstrosity octopus in front of you. Sure, if you want to. Yes,
I mean,
you
in
can roll
theory-
for
Oh
perception.
god damn it.
I feel like that's fitting because it's not like you'd have any basis either because you've
Yeah.
got no memory. You've never seen
It
anything
looks-
like this.
It looks just as heavy as it looks.
Fair enough.
Alright. So the reason why Acrid wanted to think of how heavy this item was, or this thing was, he thought to himself, he's like, there's something I remember from my old life. There's just something I can do like that. And then all of a sudden he casts levitate on the octopus, and he's trying to move it onto the dry land. Remove it
Ooh,
from
that's
Alright.
the
actually
water,
kind of smart.
All right. How do you have levitate at level 1?
because it's part of my build.
Yeah, Genasi.
Okay.
Wait, you can cast that on something else? I thought that was something you cast on
Surely
yourself.
there's a
Yes,
surely
you
there's
can.
a saving throw for
That's
that.
Yes,
though.
it's con.
So do I have to roll con?
Well, I've got a roll, I think.
I
No,
think
no.
I have to roll
Yeah,
against.
he
you.
rolls a save.
Yeah, I roll a save.
Attack save con 13.
Yeah, so he has to roll a 13.
I
con
I
save.
don't pass. So you
Ooh.
you've got me levitated. What do you want to do with the?
I can only levitate you if you're under 500 pounds.
Ooh. So what's that? 200 kilos. Just more than 200 kilos.
Oh.
That's
I
why I
will-
needed.
I will
That's why I
give it
needed
to
to know how much you.
you. He's 499 kilos. So you pick it up.
499.
Maybe you can levitate enough to drag him onto the land.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah. I
so
can't
he's
go the
sort of
full-
so you pick
Yeah,
you
you
hit
can
him.
grab all
The
his
spell
tentacles.
connects, and you almost grab. You're almost like you like
Dragging
yank. He's not really levitating. You're sort of dragging him through the water.
Yeah, all his tentacles like levitate up.
And
And
you
just
want to put
get
it on?
dragged
You're putting it
across.
on land over here. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So I've
Yeah.
used my skill.
You could have brought him close to us.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like putting him on the putting him next to us. I'm pulling him. Onto
Sure.
the
Yeah. No. I'm gonna. Don't worry about the combat. Just yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So he's on the
yeah.
land next to us. Yeah.
Don't. You're all in melee range. Don't worry.
Okay.
About that.
Okay.
There's
Alright,
no.
that's-
Don't
that's
move your
my-
characters. I don't
That's
care.
my turn.
Perfect. All right. You melee attacks have advantage on the on-land octopus.
Really?
Yep.
Cool. Sounds like a good plan to me.
Nice.
Is it my turn? All right.
Nobody's
So
gonna
the
ask. Nobody's gonna ask where that came from.
I'm kind of
To be
wondering where it
perfectly
came.
honest,
Sounds like it came out your
Solomon's
ass.
just happy it happened. Because now we can swing a sword at this fucker.
Sounds like it
Yeah,
came clean out your ass.
think they all look like really surprised, but they're also like on task of we need to belt this thing up.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right, so the octopus reels to attack, and it's lashing out with all of its tentacles. The first tentacle goes to hit Solomon, and it smacks the area next to him. He rolls out of the way. The second tentacle rears up, and I'm assuming that is going to miss as well. So that's going to miss, and another tentacle again smashes next to Liliana with a clean miss. And the third tentacle rears up and also smashes the ground, making an echo through the rest of the chamber.
Not
but
to
it,
fuck myself over.
it misses.
Does the octopus not have any kind of modifier? Surely it's not just a straight D20 to hit.
That's a very good call.
Because if it's got a good modifier, then it could hit me with the 12. Depends on the modifier, though.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Like, it depends what its hit is. If it's strength,
Yeah,
then it has like a good
I
strength.
should have thought of that. Yeah, so sorry, it does. Okay, so do you 17? 17?
Fucking what? It has +5. Yeah, that hits.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that
okay.
hits these guys.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't opened my fucking mouth now. I
Yeah,
thought it was gonna have like a
it's-
+3 and I'd just look honest.
Oh, shit, I dropped my dice.
Oh, you're gonna hit hard here.
Yeah, I think this might hurt.
The tentacle lashes you like a whip for 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'll call that.
Liliana, do you miss on a 13? Does that hit your armor class? No.
No.
And a 9 doesn't hit yours, Acrid.
Negative.
The octopus ends its turn.
Okay, well, screw that motherfucker. I'm going
Great
to
sword.
rear my great sword exactly because I'm still
You
level
can
1.
see,
I can't do
you can
myself.
see, you can see the octopus, like, you can't quite see its mouth, but you can see that it's sort of like reeling over, like it is hard for it to breathe.
Yeah, don't care. It hit me. I'm hitting it. 15.
You hit.
Awesome.
You hit.
It's going to be 11 slashing damage.
Ooh, great. Do you what do you do? What are you aiming for here?
I'm cutting off the tentacle that it just hit me with. Like straight up cutting it off. If you will let me do that.
You tell us how that looks. Absolutely.
So as it hits Solomon, I think sort of as the creature tries to drag it away, Solomon's just going to grab the end of it. And then as he gets up, he's pretty much going to bring his sword up over his head and slam down on it, and just with one like swift motion, just remove the end of that tentacle.
Yep. All right.
Just, like, toss it to
Slices
the
off,
side,
clean
cast it
through,
away.
and you do damage. Well done. All right. So whose turn is it? Are you done
Did
your
it
turn?
cut it off, or is it's just damage?
No, I cut it off, and
Okay.
it's
I cut it off.
it's flopping around. on the
Yeah,
ground.
just for flavor, while it's flopping around, you'd see Solomon just sort of like pipe his sword into it,
Yeah.
just almost like executing it, putting it out of
Is
its
that-
misery, sort of thing.
Yeah. Is anyone a chef or?
Yeah, actually, I am.
And then, oh, it's not a bonus action. Never mind. That's the end of my turn. God, I can't wait till I have sorcerer shit.
All
So I can
right.
quickly spell that.
Acrid.
Nope.
No, it's me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, missed you there. Go.
Yep. Oh, good. Okie doke.
Fairy fire.
Which would do nothing because there's no such thing as double advantage.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, right, of course. Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking, because I don't know how you want to, like, if you don't want to, like, complicate things or anything, but just because my ice damage is...
You do whatever you want to do.
It's quite low. I'm thinking, would my ice damage hurt a little bit more on a creature that is wet?
Cold.
I
Does anyone know the answer
actually
to that?
think that it does.
I don't
Is
think it does
cold?
in
Electricity.
D&D, to be fair.
Electricity.
It does in BG3, but I don't know if those rules
I'll give you
correlate
a
over
one.
Hang on, I'll give you an actual
extra.
answer.
I'll give you a 1d4 extra.
So characters who become wet, cold damage. So cold damage, if they're resistant to it, is negated, but vulnerability is not applied.
Sure. Okay.
So if
you
it's
don't get
resistant to
nothing
cold damage,
special.
it's no longer.
Yeah.
But if they're not vulnerable, it's not anything extra.
Yep. All right. So
Okay.
you get nothing.
Okay, no
But
worries.
you're already rolling with advantage because it's wet.
You're rolling with
It's-
advantage, 100%.
It's on the
Yeah.
it's on the land now.
Yeah. So as far as I can tell, yeah, being wet in actual D&D, not the Baldur's Gate, in actual D&D, it doesn't make a difference to you being hit or damaged or anything like that.
Cool.
Ooh, so it's
21.
22, 23
Ooh.
actually, because she's got to also add a +2. What do you call it? Fucking.
All right.
Right, so
you,
it's a...
you hit. You hit.
I hit.
You
In
hit.
spectacular fashion.
In spectacular fashion, it is hit.
So damage is coming.
For frostbite damage, 30. Yep, perfect. All right, so you
Wonderful.
freeze the octopus. You see your spell. It doesn't take. You can see it doesn't. It keeps charging forward, but it definitely does take the damage.
Can
and-
I ask a quick question? Just because that says that there's a save. What happens if they pass the save? What happens if they fail the save?
They lose. It's something to do with movement. Frostbite. Something to do
Okay.
with movement.
So
Yeah.
Are you gonna? I suppose they really probably.
I don't have- I'm not
Would have
moving.
no movement. Yeah.
I'm not moving. Don't worry.
It's stuck. It's
Because
stuck
I
on the
know
land.
the only reason I was asking is because some spells on a save you take half damage rather than full damage.
Unless you wanted to like climb it back into the water.
Yeah, it might do that. We might look at that after the game. Whose turn is it? Liliana,
It
you
would
done?
be Virtus's turn. Acrid.
Yes, I don't have anything else.
Go, Acrid.
So is there's just 2 tentacles left, right?
No, there's 8 tentacles.
There's 8. It was
There's
7
now.
now.
It's an octopus.
Jesus.
It's not a deucipus.
Fuck, I'm an idiot.
Okay. Sorry
alright.
to interrupt. Just before we get too far away from it, on a failed save, the target has disadvantage on its next weapon attack roll, which would
I don't
include
have-
an
I don't
unarmed-
have
which would include-
weapons.
Yeah, that would include an unarmed strike, I believe. It's an attack roll.
Really? Interesting.
I
So what do I
believe
have to
so.
pass? What do I have to pass?
DC 13 con.
Okay, I'm happy to roll that. I saved. Nat 20.
Okay, no worries.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my
Well,
first Nat 20, to be honest with you, tonight. So.
My first 2 rolls
You
were
didn't
both
deserve
nat
it.
20s.
did I?
Okay.
All right, Punchy McPuncherson, let's go.
So now that it's on land,
Yes.
I
Throw it back in
Run-
the water.
I run past
Throw it back.
I run past the tentacles and I go for
Yeah.
a strike in the face.
Right clean to its jugular. All right.
Yeah, I want to just like hit it fucking right in the head.
Almost with like a leaping strike, because it's like sort of like leached back. And...
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
just coming in from over the ropes, you know, just little Dexy.
All right. Yeah. Hit
I
me.
liked your little freeze frame pose there, Curtis. That was good.
Yeah. Is that 9?
Yeah.
Mm.
You jumping up into the air.
Hang on. Sorry, it's a melee attack. It's on land. That's advantage.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so
I
you
was
didn't
actually
roll?
supposed to roll. I didn't roll with advantage because it's.
I'll just roll
stride.
another one. Roll another
Yeah.
one.
I actually didn't. My bad.
Helping out
sorry.
the boys.
Yeah, oh yeah, you all have advantage.
I
on
feel,
that.
I feel like I'm becoming. Oh, I thought that was natural. For a second.
Is that a dirty? Is that a dirty?
No.
I'm
All right.
slowly becoming the rules lawyer. No, so
Yeah,
dirty
that's-
is not natural.
The dirty's not natural, yeah. So you leap up into the air, your companions are besotted, and you come down with a strike and hit it for how much damage? Eight
Ooh, that's actually pretty good.
bludgeoning damage right clean to the eyeballs.
Alright, the old noodle noggin. And then on my bonus attack, I
Yep.
go for an elbow right back to where I just punched it.
Ooh. Just like you giving a little 1-2?
Yeah.
A little 1-2 action? Alright. Connecting. Keep going.
Ooh.
5. There you go. You can explain if you want to demonstrate
So,
what that looks like, but it sounds
af-
like you did it already.
So after I've clean clocked it in the face with a punch, I've leapt off of its body and came back with the people's elbow, like I'm the rock, and it just smashed it right into its head.
Yes. Shit.
And yeah, and then I just roll off of its body and I come back to the line.
I want to
Well
make
done.
Goddess's life even better. You haven't even been rolling with your new gauntlets. You've been rolling straight damage.
No, that's with the gauntlet.
It
I-
just says
I-
unarmed strike.
Yeah, when you were away, I figured out how to add +1.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And
Easy.
I've only put +1 on the actual attack, not on my bonus attacks. I didn't want to make
Awesome.
it cheese, so I
Sweet.
put it on. Yeah.
I believe when you, unless you have dual weapon fighting, which you won't, you only get the bonus on the first one anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to fuck with it.
Actually, I don't even know if dual weapon fighting affects unarmed strikes. I have no clue. I believe it's the monster's turn.
Oh, is it? Sorry. I was
Yeah.
just preparing something. Okay, the octopus with its arms, it's going to rears up to attack again, and I am going to roll. A clean miss for old Solomon.
Nice.
Does a 15 hit your armor, Liliana?
It does, only just. I have an AC of 15.
Well, that's a hit. So the tentacle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a hit. So the tentacle whips across you, knocks you back, and does 3 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
12 hit your armor, Acrid?
Negative.
Negative. All right, another miss from
Just
the
too
big man.
nimble. Just too nimble.
Just too nimble. Too nimble. And
And he's
with
too little.
my with my action, I'm going to actually move and take an opportunity attack, but I am going to move around. I am able to get around Solomon, but I am taking an opportunity attack from Acrid.
How do I do an opportunity attack?
That's a good question. Shit. Isn't it
So
just
you
a
just
normal
roll.
attack?
You just roll damage. Yeah, you just roll
Yeah.
damage. So for you, that'd be an unarmed attack.
Alright.
And you do it with advantage
I didn't do it with advantage, but
to
whatever.
hit another one.
Hey Curtis, I just did some more rules lawyering for you and found out that even on your bonus action, you can add your +1.
I don't want to. I think I'm already hitting too high.
Okay, fair enough.
For where we are. I don't want to screw with the campaign.
That's fair.
I'm not able to, actually. So I
Alright.
gotta roll this with crit damage then, because there's no advantage with damage here. You can't roll damage with advantage.
No,
You can
no. You're just hitting
Oh,
for
but
7,
you still
right?
have to. You
Yeah.
still have to roll to hit, right? For the
You haven't rolled to hit
opportunity.
yet.
Oh, that's what you're asking for. Is to
Yes.
hit with advantage.
Why has he got advantage? Oh,
because it was on
that's right.
land.
Yep, my bad.
You hit.
Okay.
Damn, this AC is low as fuck on the octopus.
You hit. You kicked it while it was running away right in the butt for 5 damage. All right, done.
kicked its
it
ass.
is my turn's over, so it's now Solomon's turn.
Is it still reachable in melee range?
Absolutely, yeah, it is reachable. It's just in the water now, so you're not going to get advantage.
That's fine. Okay,
It
I'm gonna
drags
run
it
up
back
to it. Let me get to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up to it and hit it with my greatsword.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be
Grab it by the tentacle.
23 to hit.
Wow, that you hit. Yes. What are you aiming for?
That's not very good. That's
What are you
5
aiming for?
damage.
What'd
Oh,
you
I'm just
throw
hitting
at?
whatever I can hit, to be honest.
You
Like,
guys are
if there's like if there's a
fucking nailing
stray
this thing.
tentacle or something like that.
Yeah, you give it a little bit of a slash, but nothing actually dismembers.
Okay, oop, I just rolled something by accident. Just ignore it. I just pressed space and it started rolling something. Okay, so I'm gonna ask if I can do this, even if I have to roll for it or something like that. This is fucking such a shit idea. I have 50 foot of rope.
Yeah.
I also have a bonus action.
Here we go.
Can I lasso one of its tentacles and try and hold it within melee range? Even if I have to make like a strength throw or like contested, I don't know, anything, whatever you want me to roll for it. I basically want to, and you may even say it's not enough, like it's too much for a bonus action, but basically I
What
want
are you trying to do though? What are you trying to do with it?
stop it from escaping. I want to basically throw this rope at it as an anchor almost, and just hold
So
on
you
to
can
it.
beat,
Pretty much.
so
Just,
you can beat it to death. So it doesn't
I just
run
want to
away.
basically I'm putting the fucker on a leash, pretty much.
Yes, you can roll a strength check. Actually, you need to roll twice for that. You need to roll.
Okay, so
the
we'll
strength
use
is gonna
18 first.
But you've got to hit like an acrobatics or something.
acrobatics.
Or a dexterity.
Surely it's athletics.
No, I reckon it's dexterity.
So he's definitely rolled a high strength.
He's rolled the strength. Yeah.
is it dexterity or is it a skill? Is it one of the skills?
No, it's a skill. Sorry, it would be.
That's why I'm asking.
It's
which
got to be
of
a
the skills?
strength-based skill.
I'll give you.
It doesn't have to be a strength-based skill. It's just it can be like an accuracy thing. Like it could be a dexterity-based skill, but
What's a dexterity-based skill?
I don't know. I
Like,
genuinely don't. It's up to you. It could be.
I'll
sleight
give you
of hand.
survival. I'll give you
Acrobatics is
survival.
dex.
I'll give you
Acro-
survival.
Survival. Okay.
Yeah.
Survival.
I'll roll survival.
That's for hunting.
Just-
That's not. For
Don't
this
worry
stuff.
about it. He's using rope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he nailed it.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
That's right. Tie this motherfucker up.
I need to adjust my VTT. It's not adjusted for Fip. It's because his name's
Pip's
different. It's
rolling
Thomas.
Crazy. Yeah, he's
Crazy.
rolling crazy
He's
today.
rolling
That's
crazy.
it. That's
Okay,
it.
so do you want to explain what happens, or do you want me to? I don't
So
mind.
you'd see Solomon would quickly reach into his side pouch and pull out this rope, which is conveniently already knotted into a lasso. You can tell by how well he does this. He's done it before. This
where's
is
he
not his
pulled it
first
out of?
rodeo.
Where's
He's
he
got a
pulled it
pouch
out
on the
of?
side. He's got an adventurer's pack,
Okay.
which is where he's pulled this out of. It's just sort of strapped to the side of him. It looks very worn down. Anyway, you see him pull out this hemp rope, 50 foot of it, and he's gonna just like full cowboy spec, just like fucking twirl around his head and launch it at this thing, and you'll see it like wrap around the nearest tentacle and just cinch tight on it, and pretty much just like bicep curl the thing back towards him with one hand, just to like show it off that he can.
And you're anchoring it to the wall.
No,
To a
I'm
rock.
holding on. I'm holding on to the.
Oh, you're
fucker.
holding it with one.
This is an
and-
alpha
yeah.
move. This is an alpha move. I'm
Are you-
holding on to it.
Do you
Playing
look to
tug of war.
Liliana? Do you like look at her while you like?
I don't think that would be in his interests yet. I think right now he's more just interested in like
Holding
proving
on
that
for
he's the
dear
alpha,
life.
proving that he's the alpha specifically to the monster. Not so much to the others. He doesn't really care about them that much yet. It's more just like, motherfucker, I can hold you back with one hand. Don't think you're going away. And he's pretty much just going to hold him close to the shore so that the other two can pound on him.
All right.
Okay.
Done. All right. It's Liliana's turn after all.
I'm so glad I rolled that well. I wanted to do something fun.
That's the point of this game. You're supposed to
I
do
know.
fun shit.
I had to make you roll though.
Oh, 100%. I also would have made that two separate
I
rolls.
was-
That's why
I
I was
was
like,
just
this
getting-
is...
In
This
my
is
head, I was
heavily
literally
risky.
putting together. I'm like, Pip's gonna roll like a 1 here. So what am I gonna
Yeah.
say?
In my head, it was like maybe an athletics and a strength, which both
Athletics.
suited me.
Yeah,
But
whatever. Yeah.
either way, I rolled well on the survival. That's why when you were like sleight of hand, I was like, is it? Because I have a minus
Yeah, I
one in
don't
that.
Yeah. Whose turn is it? Liliana.
It's Liliana, yeah.
It
So the
is.
Spore Servant is now restrained, and you can see it's in a lot of pain. It's spewing blood. It's spewing spore blood, and yeah, it's not in a good way.
Can I add on, like not add on to this, but
Your turn's done. Your turn's
no,
done.
it's not that. Would it not be grappled?
What? Your turn's over. Don't worry about
No,
it.
the monster, would it not be grappled? Like, would it not have that effect?
Yes, it's grappled. Yes, it is. So what is the effect of grappling?
The effect of grappled basically. I had that
Reduced
up
to
a second.
speed.
Speed is reduced to 0, and
Yep.
it cannot benefit from any bonus to speed.
Yep.
That's it. There's no advantage or anything. It basically
can't
means
move.
the speed
It
is
can't
0.
move.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
I
incapacitated.
wasn't sure.
It's
I
fine.
felt like it would have been a little bit overpowered for a bonus action if it also gave advantage, so I wouldn't have wanted you to enforce that. But yeah, the speed is 0.
Yep. All right.
Okay, wonderful.
Hit it.
So we no longer have advantage, correct?
No. Oh, no, not advantage. No, but yeah.
No, you
okay.
don't have advantage.
Cool.
But he
okay,
ain't getting
rolling,
away.
rolling to hit.
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you guys are
Jesus.
fucking pummeling this thing.
Did someone like add some code into D&D?
What is she doing
Beyond
to this
20 or some
thing?
shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're committing a war crime on this fucking octopus.
You
We're turning it into
actually
sushi
are.
after this.
When does
Well,
Pip like do this kind of damage in
We-
Baldur's Gate?
We've done
Ac-
damage every turn.
Acrid is going to turn it into sushi and feed it to Liliana to make her ribs slightly less visible.
Yeah, honestly.
Roll for damage.
Honestly. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, it's just unfortunately my damage isn't huge at this
Not
point.
yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. I don't have a lot at the moment. I've
Huge
got a lot
damage. Big
yeah.
damage.
I've got a lot of like support passive type stuff. I don't have a lot of damage right
That's
now.
okay.
That's
all
fine.
right.
Roll the save, I suppose, then, wouldn't you?
Do I have to roll a save? Yeah.
Yeah,
What
frostbite.
am I? Yeah. What the fuck am I saving?
13 con.
I saved.
Nice.
Keep going. Who's next? Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my
So
turn.
You sprinkled a little bit of frost at it. You sprinkled
Yeah,
it.
it's like her accuracy is still like fucking bang on the money, but it's like she's a bit tired of magic. Her frost is getting like a little bit weaker, a little bit less frost is coming out with
No,
every.
you know what it is? Basically, a small snowflake has landed right in its eye, which is
Correct.
now bruised from Acrid. It's like, ow, guys, stop it!
Correct.
Yeah, it's a salty
Ow.
snowflake.
It's an irritation more than anything.
Alright. So I'm obviously gonna attack. So I'm just gonna roll.
Jesus.
That's to
Does that
hit.
hit? Does that hit?
Fucking everything hits.
Alright.
It's your fault for making a Guardian with 13 fucking AC.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
bad luck, get shit on.
So I
Get shit on.
Acrid, after doing his first round of attacks of punching and dropping the elbow, he runs at the octopus and he headbutts it clean in the head. He dies.
Does this
straight
jog
head
his memory?
Yes.
That's where I was
Yes,
going
it
with this.
does. Yes.
He smashes headfirst into the octopus.
And right at that moment, a flash comes through your head, and you have a memory. What's that memory of? And do you want to share it?
He
You
remembers.
can share it out of character, yeah.
Yeah, he remembers being in a barn, sitting by himself in the hay, He's by a candle, and he's staring out at
Seance.
the. No, not a seance. He's sitting by candlelight. He's still alone. He's still traveling alone, and he's just staring out at the moon. And the word Iron Fist comes through his ears, and that's the memory.
And do you
And then-
share that mid-fight?
No, this is just like what's happened
No
after
problem.
he smacked his head.
Yep.
And
Done.
and
Okay.
then with his bonus attack, now that he's remembered the word Iron Fist, he swings both of his fists again for his bonus attack.
Ooh. You guys are just bludgeoning this thing to death.
Do you just get that for free? You don't have to like spend a key point or anything. You just get it for
Jesus
free.
Christ.
What?
The second attack, is that literally just free
That's
every
my bonus
turn?
attack. It's bonus attack.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's busted.
Yeah.
Level
'Cause
1,
you
you just get
you
two
got
full
two
power
fists.
attacks.
Dix.
Because I know
so
later
this is
on you can do flurry of blows for key
Yeah, yeah.
points, but that is nuts that you get that at level 1.
This is just
Acrid,
attack bonus.
you have hit the killing blow on the octopus. How would you like to describe it? You killing it.
Well, after
You've just
obviously-
headbutted it, and now
if
with
you
your
just headbutted, he's had the flashback of his memories.
yeah. Oh, and then you're
and the word Iron Fist came through his brain, and he's like kind of like grips his fist tighter, as tight as he could, and he just hits it 2 more times, and he just watches the life leave its eyes of the squid.
yeah, and it just sort of sinks back into the water, just lifeless and dead. And the fight's over. Well done.
Oh my god. And-
Jesus.
Well done.
And Liliana's like fucking shaking all over.
Did
and
that thing
she's
do
got,
any
like,
damage?
She's got fuck all. She's got kind of like cold fingers from trying to shoot so much ice at this bloody thing. And she's just like, what the hell is this? I'm not used to fighting.
Yeah, you just killed an animal, Liliana. How do you feel?
It
Acrid-
struck first.
I'm
I
just sitting
think
there,
she
like,
would count that as a monstrosity as it is.
It was a monstrosity. I'm gonna have to call it there because I think I just want the energy and more preparation for the next session.
That's
The next
perfectly
part,
fine.
the next part will take a while, so I'd rather us stop there as opposed to me forcing it and do it properly.
All
Yep.
right,
Yeah,
is there any
sounds good.
loot or anything before we?
No.
Yeah, there's some
Totally.
tentacles. Cook them into sushi.
Yeah. If you
So-
want to, if any of you are cooks, you
Well,
could.
Do we
might
want to
get
like
sick,
discuss
but-
anything as a group
Yep.
before we call it?
I just
Like
quickly,
in
I
game
would-
or out of game.
Yeah, oh, yeah, like in character, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think just quickly, I would probably do 2 things, or I suppose a few things really. The first thing I'd be doing would be turning to Acrid, and just basically saying to him like, those gauntlets suit you. Just make sure you earn them, and just reminding him that he's got them for a reason. And then he would be pulling as much of the rope as he can. He's not going to obviously be able to pull the whole thing back to shore, but even if he can get maybe, how much did I originally have? I originally had 50 foot of rope.
50.
Even if I can just get like 40 foot of that and just cut it there, so I've still got some left over if I need to use it again. Because obviously he's not going to be able to untie this cinched up knot on a 500 kilo creature.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should be able to get the rope back.
Yeah, so if I can just get like 40 foot of that rope back, I'll just trim it down and then let it sink to the depths.
Yeah.
And I
Um,
suppose just ask Liliana, who obviously looks shaken, if she's alright.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be like, yeah, a bit shaken up and stuff, but she's gonna look towards Acrid and be like, what was that? What did you do? How did you do that?
And Acrid's just gonna do what he normally does. Looks back into the distance. Doesn't really pay attention to what's going on, and just kind of looks back at her and says, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. And so she's just gonna kind of like look at the pair of you, and because she's like so new to all of her magical abilities and stuff, she doesn't have a lot going on at the moment. She's gonna like feel a little bit useless, bit in, you know what I mean? So she's gonna be kind of like grateful that you guys are there, but also she's gonna have like a little bit a fire in her belly, being like, okay, I need to like get better. I got to step it up.
I think if Solomon recognizes this, he'd probably just sort of head over to her and just sort of say to her, like, "Come on, chin up. There's plenty of fight in you.
Yeah.
You remind me of someone."
He got lucky. Damn lucky.
No, not even that so much. Like, not even like at anyone else's expense. I think he's sort of just pretty much just gonna say like, "You remind me of someone. There's more fight in you. Don't be discouraged or anything like that."
Cool. Yeah, and
then,
she's gonna hear it.
I was gonna say, and then just in the last bit before Acrid kind of is staring off away, he kind of looks back and says, "There's something good about both of you," and that was it. Doesn't give any more.
Okay.
Out of character, very important question.
Nice.
Do I still have the offering?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, you put it away, remember?
It's wet and even more smelly, but
Okay, so
it's
so
intact.
as the scene ends, you would just see Solomon like reach into his pack and pull it out and just look at it giddily.
So
Prepared
out
to
of
offer it up
character
again.
as well. Yeah, the Ganassi has like levitate. It can hold its breath. It could it forever.
See, I was fully under the impression levitate was a self cast. I didn't realize you could cast on other shit.
No,
That's massive.
you cast other shit up to 500 pounds,
Including beings.
Yep, beings.
Wow,
everything.
I'm
That's
very
an
much
epic
looking
level
forward to
one spell.
level 3. Level 3 is when I get to
It's a long rest. I can cast it once.
Yeah. So hang on a minute. You got access to bloody Air Genasi fucking thing, and and for some reason we don't have access to Drow.
Well, no, half Drow and Drow are different. Air Genasi is like an actual origin race.
Yeah, there's 4 different Genassis. Like there's earth, there's air, there's water. I think there's fire.
Same as mine.
Like elementals.
My race is an origin race.
I thought Dark Elf
not
was as well, or is Dark
No, you
Elf
can
like
be a Dark
newer?
Elf. You can be
half
no,
Drow?
you can be a Dark Elf. The rules state that you cannot be a half Drow. It says that.
Oh, okay. No, I mean like with the because remember, like even with the pay, like we couldn't even find Dark Elf, even with.
No,
like,
I
your
did
plan.
find it. You missed. Yeah, I think you missed the message. I did find it.
I was gonna say because all 3 of our classes are in that.
Yeah, I sent you a message. I found it. I was so excited, but you were sort of ignoring me.
I must have missed it.
Dude, we fully thought you'd ditch the campaign.
Oh yeah, well I was ready to go without you.
Yeah, I fully typed out that
Thank
message.
you all so
and then
much for watching.
somehow
Really
didn't
appreciate it. Can't wait to
friggin'
unpack
send
it all.